because
I have
it won't detect the commercial version, and it'll re-download it for you.
what I have
Right.
managed to do is just block everyone's access to all the modules. So hang on. Think.
Because I don't know if that would cause trouble further on down the line, right, with us.
It shouldn't do. But I obviously, I don't know. Actually, it's an interesting one. No one's ever noticed it before. But well, no one. Thanks for buying it.
Well, right. But I also think it just went on sale this week. I mean, I wasn't with you last week, right? So, but I mean, I thought it just went on sale. I mean, we saw it a while back, but it was just it opened up for purchase like this week, I thought.
Yes, that is the case. And on Tuesday, it should add a second. You should get a second theme.
Cool.
Basically, someone complained that they felt they wanted a completely opaque version of the theme because the background and the text was making it feel a bit nauseous. So I made an opaque version for them and thought, well, what the heck, it's upload. It's a bit so it'll be added to the.
Am I too late to get into this?
Always.
We actually, you didn't arrive on time, so we ate your character. He's been eaten.
Yeah, rocks fell. Everybody died.
Everybody. Except it's Cyberpunk, so it wouldn't be rocks, would it?
Well, it was concrete slabs from the upper floors.
Space station failed, everybody dies.
Chinese rocket landed on everybody.
That is very true. Well, anyway, welcome one and all to the next instalment. We shall see what happens today of Sprawlrunners, where the franchise wars seem to be in full swing. And I never thought when I just thought, oh, those are really cool little. I really like the look of those tokens. Let's use them for a giggle. We'd end up with such an interesting rabbit hole to head down. So I'm intrigued to see where we go next.
Oh, so Queeg did make it.
I did make it. Tired, but I'm here.
Well, I'm deeply flattered that you are all here. 2, 4, 6. Who's missing? Merlin is there. No, who's missing? 7. No, there are only 6 of you. No, there should be 7, shouldn't there?
Someone. Beulah, Pow Pow.
Isn't there like Mohawk or
Donahue?
Hacker.
No hackers.
I'm a hacker. I'm a hacker.
Hey, Beulah's a hacker.
I'm joking. You'll have to step up, won't you?
That's okay.
So I do believe where did we leave it last week? Looking at the combat tracker, there were some security guards and you guys. Where were the security guards? I'm intrigued. Oh yes, you'd gone back to Rawlins' office, hadn't you? And made a grisly discovery.
I believe I got out with the laptop.
I do believe you got that.
And his briefcase.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I'm having a look at. I'm looking. I'm having a look at.
We also went to that game place, and that's when they backlashed it. That we had gone there first, and and the hackers had already gone in and gotten everything they could, and gotten a little fight inside the computers in virtual land. Then we went and found out that they had tipped them, and they went after everybody. Now I remember.
Yep. So yeah. So looking at Donahue's notes here, you've got. Let me see. Let's give you a. So you. It was Denim Eagle clan, wasn't it? You found on the their den. So you traced the money through Rolling. You traced that Rollings was doing all the shopping. The legal side of things. You tracked down that 20 owners are still resisting buyout. 6 have sold, 4 are under negotiation, and 10 properties destroyed. It would appear that Mr. Big is behind it all.
Yeah, baby.
You messaged 3 resisting, apparently Master Burger, Pasta Heart, and Taco Tuesdays. You would also track down that some other companies that, and you'd also sorted out Mangrove. You'd also discovered that Mangrove Farm was basically seemed to be the sole supply for the hot dogs for Mr. Big and the hot dog emporiums. And you also found out that some small towns outlying had already had this. That they had total food monopolies. You did wonder if there was a link to healthy eating, but apparently, you force everyone to basically not want to eat badly. But unfortunately, what you saw there, it would appear that Mr. Big did invest into healthy eating, but only after his franchises sort of saturated the market. So you got out with the laptop and the briefcase. Actually, I don't think you got out with the laptop. It was just the briefcase, wasn't it?
No, I grabbed the laptops.
Oh yeah, you grabbed the laptop. That's okay then. And you also found out that a Ted Jenkins from Brokers Jenkins Incorporated was linked. I think he was doing the trading of the stocks and shares for Mr. Big.
Mr.
That's
Big.
where he got to, I believe.
The 2 direct options today, we're going checking out Mangrove or Jenkins.
And on a separate note, don't forget, you finally managed to break the decryption on Mogwai's camera and was able to view what he'd set in place before he disappeared.
Today, we got done at this at the lawyers, and then we headed back because Pow Pow isn't with us because we need to know that whoever goes in looking like Pow Pow at a certain time today is not Pow Pow, and we can intercept. That's
right. Yes, you were going to. I think you were going to.
Cat's got a clone.
Yeah. So I think that means from that perspective, then.
That was the next thing, wasn't it? Go and do that, and then come back here and find out who the dodgy cat was.
Indeed.
So we're all going to be hiding around the map.
And because obviously it's proper cyberpunk, it's raining.
Always raining in Cyberpunk.
Not in Cyberpunk 2077.
Waif is impervious to rain. You don't have rain cover on back of a scooter.
So I will put you guys just here, and you can decide where, what, how, and who you want to be. Obviously, I will keep Pow is obviously staying out of the area because, of course. Oh, I did do the downstairs map, didn't I? Thought I made a basement map.
Because Queeg was going into the basement, wasn't he?
Basement map. Because I put those that we go to frequently in my hotbar.
I thought I made a map for the downstairs for your.
Yeah.
You did say you were going to do it.
Maybe
I think you there's map. Ramen basement.
Oh, that's the one. Thank you. There we go.
Yeah. 64.
Ramen basement.
Ramen basement. The one.
It's the only one that is normally would be there all the time. So where in the basement is this camera?
Where the arrow is pointing, actually.
Number 2.
With number 2 arrow is where the camera is sequestered.
Okay. Waif is going to position herself in the basement in the specs room that is straight down from the camera.
Well, that one.
I think Quig would be hiding in the restroom.
Quig's going to go to the restroom. Okay. What about the rest of you fellows? Looks like Donahue set himself up on the roof of overlooking the whole intersection. That's a good location.
Yeah, I'm in this alleyway. I'm in the alleyway.
Okay. Just
I
used,
do have like a little canopy thing, so I'm not just sitting in the rain.
We've all got see-through Blade Runner plastic coats, haven't we?
Probably. There'll be people walking down. There'll be people walking down the street with their umbrellas that are also the light sticks. I always thought that was rather a clever idea.
I'm not seeing my token to move it.
No, I'm not actually. You weren't here last week, were you? So I probably took you off the party sheet.
Telling you, Rodney Dangerfield of this group.
Who's Rodney Dangerfield?
He's the comedian that used to always talk about no respect.
Okay, you and Berlin are currently standing by the bus stop.
So I got Merlin's back. Just kind of.
Yes, Samuel. Why?
Actually, I can probably even give you some lovely background effects.
We gotta go in and put floorboards in and all that if you want to do that, dude.
Did you get Sirenscape working with Savage Worlds?
In a way, yes.
I was trying it out for him this week, and I couldn't get it all done.
No, basically, the trick I used is I have got a dedicated computer just to do the sound effects.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
That-
Instead of paying the
that's
arse when they finally integrate it next year. Good.
Well, I mean, I use the Sirenscape now. Like the
Yeah.
player, the online thing, but.
Yeah, no. So I've got it there. Primarily, I'm definitely going to be using that for when I start running the Pathfinders, because of course they've done it. Yeah, for the whole Rise of the Runelords, everything's in there. But that's by the by. I didn't realise there was going to be that much background. I was just after rain actually, which is what I really wanted to get the nice effect of as you were standing there. But yeah, there you go. That's what I was after.
Buell's hanging at the bus stop, keeping an eye on things, making sure he's got Merlin's back.
Well, they've got that. Actually, I'm going to go to somewhere else then because this half they've already got that half the map covered. So I'm going to go under this canopy here.
Okie dokie. Right. Okay, so you don't have too long to wait before you see Pow Pow, or at least whoever looks like Pow Pow, appearing, and across the
We all got communicators, so are you guys warning us there's income?
he nods at
Pow Pow incoming.
He nods at Mr. Nabasaki, and then he basically heads down the stairs.
We have access to the cameras, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will be on Margrave's hidden camera.
Yeah. Aki's silent as ever as he follows Pow Pow.
That's better.
Gets to the camera. Waif is going to step out of the room and bumbling about telling Mr. Nakasuni she can't find that damn pen that he sent her down here for. And she'll look up and go, "Oh, hey, Pow Pow."
You throw a bottle.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm at right now. I'm putting it off like I believe it's Pow Pow.
So
But when
yeah,
I
he basically, as you walk out and say, "Oh, hey, Pow Pow," he's standing there holding some device that seems to, basically, from Donahue's perspective, something a device is just connected to the hidden Wi-Fi on the camera and is downloading everything it's recorded to the device right now.
Well, then I can see clearly that he's um, not Pow Pow. So
Oh,
I'm
it
gonna.
looks like Pow Pow.
I don't care that he looks like Pow Pow. I know it's not. I'm gonna walk forward and punch him from behind. If he
I want
thinks
to try and sneak something onto his USB while he's downloading stuff from the camera.
Go on then.
Oh, hang on. What am I being hit for? Go on. What's going on?
So you thump him one, and then
Why am I being punched?
not you, because it's not you.
No, you've just punched me. What? And
But
why
it is
did you
him.
drag me to
Okay.
the cellar? And you just dragged me to the cellar.
You're not gonna make me roll for it, since he's not expecting it.
I mean, unless you critically fail, it's fine. You go up and give him a punch, and well, like you say, he's saying, "Why'd you hit me? Why'd you drag me?" And like he just said, "Why'd you drag me down to the cellar?"
Take his hand and go, "What you doing there, Pow Pow?"
No, because you've dragged me down to the cellar. You obviously knocked me unconscious, dragged me down to the cellar, and now you've got me down here beating me up for no reason. So what's going on?
Okay, sounds like Pow Pow's lost the plot. He has blackouts when he does this stuff, does he?
So I'm gonna look at the thing in his hand and go, "What you here, Pow Pow?" And I'm gonna step over so he can't leave without. He has to go past me.
You know, I'm at the top of the stairs.
Obviously,
Okay.
I've obviously just nipped. I mean, because of this weather, I've been nipped off. I went to the hairdresser. All I have is a nice hair and nail appointment, and I come back here. And next thing you know, I've been kidnapped by you lot, stuck in a basement, and now I'm getting beat up. So what happens? You didn't like the hairdo?
Oh, I'm gonna just slap him.
Okay, 7 points of damage. That that didn't actually register. Let's try that again.
Because I didn't target him.
Yeah, you just get slapped around the face, Pow Pow. It's very painful.
So why am I getting slapped around the face?
Pow.
Really, it's a really. Go on, be honest. You can be honest. It's a bad hairdo. Go on, okay.
I'm gonna reach around him and grab the
It
thing in his hand.
doesn't match my eyes. What?
I'm gonna reach around him and grab the thing in his hand.
So what's Beulah and Donahue and Merlin up to outside in the rain?
Beulah's going to come on in with his shot club. He thinks that might.
Okay, you're at the top of the stairs.
I want to sneak a tracker onto his USB thing, also copy anything that I can find on it, too, if possible.
Okay, go for it. You'll need to make a hacking roll to get past its firewall. Are you happy with a 9?
Can I help him with that?
Yeah, if you want. I'll let you retroactively roll an assist.
Look at that.
Okay, that's an 11. Yep. Basically, it's a very very high level encryption firewall there, probably corporate level at least. And but the two of you basically are able to brute force attack your way through, and the device, the only data on the device, other than a program to connect to the SSID of the hidden SSID of the camera, is a program that just automates the copying, and it would appear the whole thing's designed to work on a proximity value that once it gets within a certain proximity of the camera, it would download it. No activity required by the operator. The data on there appears to basically, well, the only data you can see on there appears to be the data it's just downloaded from the camera.
Okay, like I said, I did. My primary thing was to sneak
Tracker.
a tracker on it.
Yep.
And then maybe if there was anything useful on there to pull it back.
Well, you could certainly leave a program on there, whether or not it will only sort of. It's obviously you get a tracker on there. Ooh.
So I still don't understand what's happened. So they've double crossed me.
It is.
Cat Pow is obviously it's not a double cross. You're obviously being blacked out if you think we dragged you down here, because we just saw you walk in exactly like we told you our plan was to catch the duplicate Pow that's been interfering, and then you've just walked in as the duplicate Pow. Now you're saying you were unconscious and we dragged you down here. So you're either delusional or you're full of shit.
Buell's going to use intimidation, pull out the shot club, and use intimidation. If he still gives this line, he'll hit him with it.
Be my guest. I'm afraid you're not very intimidated. You're obviously just sort of unfortunately, the intimidation of sort of holding the shot club and trying to hack at this just at the same time, shot club in one hand and trying to single type on the deck with the other hand is obviously limiting your effectiveness slightly, I'm afraid. But he knows you mean business. Oh no, he really knows you mean business. Okay. I think he's going to hit you very much, Pow. Oh, we did with the shot club. Hit with a raise. So that'd be a vigor check at -2, please, Mr. Pow, sir.
Yeah. Critically failed.
Okay, right. Pow is incapacitated by the shock. He was wet, he was slightly damp, and there was basically too much feedback. And Pow goes down with a mild heart attack, and for all intents and purposes, he's bleeding out.
Okay.
Well, I didn't want to do that.
Merlin, I'm just because obviously we're in two interesting situations now. What do you want to do, Merlin?
Merlin was just hanging out upstairs, kind of looking for any backup that this fake Pow might have. So
okay, no problem at all. Krieg, Pow's lying on the floor, twitching a lot, and basically the medical alert alarms that that he's got. Well, yeah, for argument's sake, there's the medical alert alarm that goes off inside the building when one of your customers is having a heart attack goes off.
All right. Well, Quig being who he is not going to attempt to heal him, but he is going to move over and kind of try to calm Waif and Beulah down, just saying, "Don't hurt him."
Whoops.
Aki.
Well, he's unconscious now and he's bleeding out. So we've got
bleeding out is not actually bleeding. I'm using that as the same.
Yeah, he's knackered. He might have banged his head and been bleeding out at the top of that. But
his heart's gone into arrhythmia, as it were.
Okay. Do we want to heal him or do we want to tie him up? That's the question. Because if I remember rightly, his background story is that he woke up and found some dead people and carried on like nothing happened. So maybe he's being possessed by whatever it was that killed them people in that.
I just realised Babby Man was your healer, wasn't he? I don't think it was Scottish healing. Oh dear.
Pow's got healing.
Yeah, Pow can heal. But yeah, that Pow's backstory is that he was sitting down eating food, then suddenly killed some people and then carried on eating the food like nothing happened, didn't it? So he's doing the same thing now, isn't he?
Well, we don't know what he's doing here.
Well, we do. He's sitting there. He
We're
knew.
not even,
He knew
we're
we
not
was.
even 100% sure this is the real Pow Pow.
Yeah, but no, well, if it isn't, well, if
I
it's
was gonna
not,
say,
we're just
he'll
going to
be dead
assume
if
it
you
is the
don't heal
same
him.
Pow Pow. He
Well,
knew we were
Waif
going to
is,
stake the place out, didn't he?
Waif is going to drop to her knees and check his heart rhythm and check his pockets because we've all worked with Pow for a while. We'd have an idea of what he carries in his pockets.
Oh yeah.
Rummaging through his pockets. Okay.
While he's laying there twitching, I'm going to frisk him.
while he's having a heart attack, you're frisk him. It appears to be well, he seems to have some stim patches, some other patches, some a med pack on him, a knife and a dagger. Sorry, a knife and a dagger and a stun blade and a shotgun. Donahue.
I guess I'll download that program and start picking it apart, see if I can figure out where it came from. I know it's corporate or something. There's not much I can do to. Oh, why not use one of those stim packs? What does a stim pack do? Is that a healing thing?
Well, that's a good point. Stim packs.
It's like a bag of speed.
The use of wounds and fatigues for 5 minutes. I will argue you could slap one onto. Well,
if he actually, Waif carries a trauma patch on her, and that gets rid of bleeding out type stuff.
Pow Pow actually has stim packs on, stim patches on him.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah,
how are you doing, Mother?
You try slapping one of those on him. Beulah!
How is anybody else that I haven't asked? Speaking of which, Jaded, I don't think I've asked how your
We
day is going.
have the real Pow Pow here, or is this a fake?
Beulah's confused. He thought that it was the fake Pow Pow.
That's absolutely fine. Let's see what happens to Mr. Pow Pow. The Mr. Pow Pow is still alive, but he doesn't appear to be, this Mr. Pow Pow is basically still twitching on the floor. He's still with us. But I'm not going to go. I won't worry too much about going through the rounds. I'll let you all decide what you want to do, and then I'll basically move the tracker back to Mr. Pow Pow. We'll see what happens.
Waif is getting the eerie feeling that this is the real Pow Pow. Considering the possibility that somebody did some kind of hypnotic trick on him, now she's going to freak out and she'll get her trauma patch out. Unless you have a trauma patch in your pocket, Pow Pow, that I've already found.
Looking on Pow Pow, he has stim packs and a med pack and an antidote pack. I don't see any trauma patches.
Well, the trauma patch specifically gives critical injuries and removes bleeding out, etc.
Well, there we go then. Yeah, I will argue that. Yeah, because obviously I'm treating bleeding out as basically something's gone. He reacted very badly to the shock stick, and obviously it's affected his heart. Then yes, the stim patch will have something in it that will help stabilize that as well. Trauma pack, I mean. So if you use that, it will basically automatically count as a raise on the vigor check to stop him bleeding out, as it were.
When Waif goes, she's going to slap the trauma patch on him. We don't want him to die, and it's starting to look like this is a real Pow Pow under some kind of control.
Yeah, because it automatically removes bleeding out, so that's absolutely fine. Yeah, you slap the trauma patch on him, take you down to 0 for now.
Rolls for the next 2d6 minutes.
Yep, and that means that that Pow Pow, Pow Pow is no longer incapacitated. He regains consciousness. He's lying on the floor. There are burn marks around the point where the shock club hit him, obviously damaging his clothing, and his hair's a bit frazzled.
He just went to the hairdressers and all.
Hit him with that shock stick, and he was wearing wet clothes from coming in from the rain. That's why you did some damage.
No, it's a very unfortunate thing. Apparently, that it's something that the manufacturer, the Arasaki, sort of do keep quite quiet about. But very occasionally, the shock sticks accidentally overcharge and release too much electricity, and certain people are also highly susceptible to them. And obviously, that was the unfortunate combination there. That Pow Pow had a very bad reaction to that shock.
Whoops.
He's laying there on the floor, and I'm on my knees next to him, having stripped out all of his pockets, but then saved his life. So,
yes, indeed. I don't know how Pel Pel feels about his near-death experience by his friends.
I'm going to show him the thing that he was using to copy off the camera, and ask him where he got that. I'm sure he don't remember, but I want him to realize that this was what we're after, not trying to kill him.
You done to my hair? That's more important.
I missed it.
If it's not Pow Pow, whoever this is doing a very good impersonation of him. You're caring more about his hair than anything else right now.
Pow Pow, where did you get this? And I show him the thing he was copying the camera with.
Presumably you put it in my pocket after you've obviously kidnapped me, putting me in the base, and then you put me in the pocket. I don't know, where did you get it? Might as well fess up now. I mean, your plan's busted. I mean, you beat me up.
How is that a plan, Pow Pow? It makes no sense what you're saying at all. You know that we were going to stake this out looking for a copy, someone who looks like you to come sneaking down here. So you've gone off on your appointment as agreed while we come and stake it out. Then you come down here and start doing exactly what we were looking at. And now you're saying, oh, it wasn't me. And trying to blame it on us. So either you're mental or you're lying.
Or, again, where's Merlin? Merlin might have a better understanding of this, whether he was under some kind of compulsion.
Merlin's still upstairs, isn't he?
Yeah, Merlin's still upstairs. Are you guys going to come up and tell him that this is what's going on?
We've all got communicators.
I'll phone and call you and ask you, hey, Merlin, we need you down here. This is weird.
Okay, Merlin will come downstairs.
Does Pow Pow have cybernet?
As a spellcaster, I assume not, because otherwise he have penalties on all his arcane rolls. Which is why I rapidly had to add in the feature that the shop there was the ramen bar's got a built-in way of telling when people are suffering heart attacks because they are. And I don't even begin to think about how it works. It's obviously magic. No, Pow Pow shouldn't have any cyberware at all, because if he's he has an arcane background, and cyberware and arcane backgrounds don't mix.
So in frisking him, I didn't pick up any cyberware. It's
none at all. No, he doesn't appear to have a data jack or anything.
Well, all my searching through his pockets, etc., everything tells us this is the real Pow Pow.
As far as you can tell, everything indicates this is the real Pow Pow.
When Merlin gets down, then one of the first things he's going to do is aura read this Pow Pow.
Okay. Oh, you are at the top of the stairs, so feel free to head on down.
Actually, what I'm going to start with is just aura read everybody in the room, see if they all have the right auras on them.
Sounds good to me. I thought it was going to be another crit fail. Okay. Are you? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what the aura read does off the top of my head. It will tell you if anyone doesn't appear to be who you think they are, doesn't it? At its
Yeah,
most basic level.
unless they're specifically trying to hide it. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, no.
However, there is a disturbance in the force. Spirits are reacting in a negative way to Pow Pow, and he is a spirit shaman.
Well, there you go.
Okay, well, Merlin will come down and he'll kind of, like I said, he'll kind of scan over everybody, make sure they're all who they're supposed to be. Guys, I'm not seeing any doppelgangers or anything here as part of this group. As far as magically, that looks like the real Pow Pow. There are a variety of spells that can be cast that can cause you to come under somebody's power without having seen the spell in action. I couldn't tell you exactly which one it was, but as far as I can tell, that would probably be my first guess. Since he doesn't have any of the metal stuff implanted in him, then he probably just somebody cast a spell on him to make him do what they wanted him to do.
It's somebody he's coming into contact regular, or can these spells be like he's been coming in the
Cut out there. You okay?
I'm gonna suggest, hey, Aki and Bula, get him on his feet. He's been coming in every couple of weeks, so it's either somebody he's having regular contact with, or this is some spell that is long-term ongoing. Is that possible, Merlin? Or does it have to be done each time he's sent here?
Silence. Well.
Silence sound.
But in your experience, for everyone, it could. Well, you're not entirely sure is the honest answer. Both are possible.
Well, I mean, all I do is I go for a hair appointment. If I get my hair and I get my nails done every week.
How often?
So you're at this.
Is the hair being done on the same day that we're seeing this other Pow Pow come into the tapes to do his thing?
Do you get your hair done on the same day every week, Pow Pow?
Well, I don't know. It depends if I can get an appointment with Angelo. He's probably better at doing. He does highlights better.
Nails.
Something to do with the hairdresser.
Where were you going after your appointment, Pow Pow, after your hair appointment?
I have my hair appointments. I get my nails done, and then I do a seaweed wrap for about half an hour. Maybe followed by a little sauna, a little massage. And then whenever there's cool,
theory,
come back here and find out what's going on.
So if you're coming from the hairdressers under some kind of compulsion here, and then returning there to finish up, if you're under compulsion, you wouldn't realize you left. That's how it seems to. So to you, it'd be just like one long continuous appointment.
According to the timeline he's given you right now, Pow Pow should be having his seaweed wrap.
For some reason, you left your hair appointment in the middle, came here with a device that, and you knew we were planning on staking it out. But whatever, that didn't stop you from coming here anyway with the device, which we now have. And you were gonna see, that's what makes sense. We're gonna go have a talk with your hairdresser if you don't mind, Pow Pow. We need to find another one.
No, Angelo's an artist with a hard light. I mean, it's not just like you can't go and find another hairdresser.
It could be anybody.
It's like a
else.
quest.
Is Angelo the only one that works there, or are there other employees there?
Did you say hard light? He's an artist with hard light. That's a Red Dwarf reference.
Bueller needs a trim. Bueller hasn't got a hair on his head. Oh, hang on. Wait, no, he doesn't. Looking at his token.
That probably counts Quig out too.
Well, Aggie definitely needs a trim. Yeah.
Aki,
Where's
yeah,
the
Aki
other-
probably looks.
Their hair and beards. That beard could use some trimming.
I don't know. Right, I should have seen it coming. Anyway, not to worry.
You got to now make a hairdresser's. Damn it!
I had it. I thought, right, I thought they could go here. They could go here. They could go here.
Well, the hairdressers. The funny thing is, it could be it's your choice because the hairdressers could be anything you want it to be.
I know. Well, I know.
You could be a mobile hairdresser with a van.
No, you've obviously gone to Angelo's, which is absolutely fine.
So the question is, what happens if Pow Pow returns to his appointment without the device? I mean, we would have the place staked out, so if they try to hurt you, Pow Pow.
What, you're trying to hurt me? What's good? I mean, God, never mind. You're saying no, they might try to hurt me. You're just trying to hurt me. God.
Go run crying to him and tell him you got beat up while you were on a mission for him and the device was stolen and they can come after us.
64,
He's
64,
obviously not
Zoom
supposed
Lane.
to be aware of what he's doing.
I know, and that's you're gonna have to play along. If what you're Pow Pow, there's one of two things: either you're a traitor, or you're an innocent dupe who someone else is controlling. If you want to prove the latter, if you want to prove the latter is true, what you need to do is go back there like you don't remember anything. We'll stake the place out, but we're not giving you the device back.
Who done
snuck
a
a tracker
poo
on
now?
Does it?
I snuck a tracker on it, so it actually would be useful to give it to them.
Well, we're still gonna stake the place out, but we're gonna with the tracker, I'm wondering if there's some way we can get eyes inside the place to see who takes it from him.
You mean hacking their cameras?
Yeah, something like that. And then Pop can go back in just like he would if this was any other time he's done this and watch through the cameras what happens. Who takes it from him, and then with the tracker on it. Pow, we're sorry. We mean to hurt you. We were just trying to get some answers here. You know this camera has been a problem.
Well, why? But I mean, it was actually me that kind of suggested we put a camera on top of the bug, which is weird, but never mind.
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting point. Pow Pow is responsible for himself being caught by you.
Yeah, so he obviously doesn't know he's doing it. Yeah.
But of course, that's.
Or it could be a cunning plan. Have we been smoking lots of weed?
Well, that just gives further support to the idea that somebody else is taking control of him, because he knew we were going to be here. So why would
that's assuming he is Pow Pow, of course. But yeah,
he came in doing exactly what we were watching for. So why would he do that? And knowing, something's happened, somebody's been messing with his head. Or did you know what you were doing, Pow Pow? You want to confess to being a traitor or a dupe?
I'm kind of lost.
What he cares about is his hair.
Well, I mean, but So what do you want? I still don't, I've kind of completely lost you at this stage. So do you want me to go back to my hairdressers? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well,
I think
apparently,
you need to get your hair done.
Well,
yeah,
absolutely. But you see the state of it. Been shocked, and my head's been used as a mop on the floor.
Yeah, well, you got to book an appointment though, didn't you say? So
you were in the middle of an appointment from what you have said. So and they would be expecting you to return. If somebody there, pow, listen carefully, focus. I know the shock makes it hard, but focus. If somebody there is taking control of your mind, or casting some spell, or doing some hocus pocus hypnosis type crap while you're there, then they're expecting you to return because that would be the pattern they've set up in the past. Because all you remember is these really long ass hairdressing, making myself pretty appointments. You're such a girl. Anyway, um, so if you don't remember, then that means you're being duped, but they'd still expect you to return. So you need to be able to go in there and play it off like, you know, you still got to finish your appointment. I don't know. And we'll see if
Yeah. So is the reason? What do you have your tinfoil coloring still in? Is like, what did you do? Walk halfway out of the thing? I mean, yeah, I'm confused. You left midstream. You should go back.
left after they finished his hair, but before they started his seaweed wrap. I don't spend this much time making myself look good. I don't need to spend that much time making myself look good, and I flip my hair.
Yeah, Beulah is naturally beautiful.
Well,
Big gonna roll his eyes and groan.
so I do
So,
believe.
yeah. So the idea is I've got to go for another hair appointment. Well, that's okay. That can be a range. That's not too difficult.
Go back to your hairdresser. We'll follow you.
One can always make time for extra. I mean, I'll need to fix the hair. I can't go. I mean, I can't do that. I can't be seen in public with this. That's terrible.
What did you say your hairdresser was called? Sorry, Angelo's. Yeah.
This is really weird.
You're telling me.
So,
Okay.
yeah, Angelo, it's only a little place. Very, very select clientele. You know? Took me ages to get an appointment in there. I had to go to the right parties and everything before I got an appointment with Angelo's.
But you had an appointment. Pao, you're not understanding what we're saying. You were at your appointment. You came in here.
Yeah.
Remember coming from your appointment to here. We didn't bring you. We were waiting here. So there's parts of your memory that are being wiped or something. So you need to go back to your appointment. You are already in. You don't need a new appointment.
Right. Okay. This is a bit disconcerting. This because the story that story doesn't fit. Cause I didn't walk here. Right. Okay. So well, whatever.
I'll I'll
Okay.
give you a ride back on my scooter and drop you off a block from Angelo's. How's that? So you
Right.
don't.
Okay. Okay. We'll go back to the hairdresser's appointment.
Okay.
I hate to say to Angelo that he got it wrong. I mean, what's going on here?
Okay. Good. Oh, damn it! I'm still drawing the lines. I'm still putting.
I still think this
And
is something.
here's the line from the old commercial: "Is he or isn't he? Only his hair knows for sure."
Am I being punked here? Is this a kind of like the party have maybe got me drunk or something like this and woke me after the this is like the after the party. Oh right, what you did. I forgot ink in my face and the drawing on me or anything like that.
Who knows, mate? Who knows? I've definitely lost the plot. Okay, right. Well, first, so basically, if you want to investigate the address or anything about Angelo's, I'm sure Pow Pow can tell you where it is. He reads off the address. Do you want to do any prep work before you head in, or just want to head in? I don't mind either way. I'm just asking. desperately also trying to draw.
Maybe do some research on the business and the location.
Certainly. Given the basically given the information that Pal gives you, you and obviously I assume it's yeah, as you say, it was a heck of it was a very long waiting list to get into this place, wasn't it, Pal, and very exclusive place, yeah. And
Yeah, very
yeah.
exclusive.
They do credit check. They basically you have to pass the credit check before you can even get your first appointment, and they do, and so obviously it's very according to the information you get from Pal, it's all very expensive and posh and all that and everything else. However, what you find when you start investigating further is that that doesn't seem to gel with the location that Angelos appears to have, and it doesn't appear to be in the most exclusive area. It's not. I wouldn't call it an exclusive area, and I wouldn't. You would none of. I don't think any of you would think of it as sort of a must-have location, as it were. It's in the Barrens, and I'm desperately trying to get the line of sight in, but I might have to give up on that fact. Not that I need it. I don't know what you guys will get up to when we get there yet. But,
all you got to do is pre-draw 100 maps a week, Kevin, and you'll be all right.
I wasn't expecting.
And then someone will say, "Oh, we want to go to the pistachio nut bar," and you say, "You fuckers, I didn't make a pistachio nut bar."
Exactly. I'm desperately. So please bear with me a few more seconds. I am desperately hacking some. I've done some quick photoshopping to remove certain bits from a map that I happen to have. So I'm desperately now.
Just remember, my description may be bollocks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So yeah. Damn it.
Count on us. When you think we're going to go east, we go west.
Exactly. I thought, oh, all right, they go there today. Oh, that's a nice map. I'll add that Patreon in, and then you've gone somewhere else. Fortunately, I already had this map. I'm not really complaining. It's the keeping me on the toes that I find more interesting about campaign games are more interesting in that regard because you never know what's happening next, if that makes sense. One shots you have a bit more control over. Campaigns I always find a bit more fun because in my view, is it gives you guys the chance to actually sort of screw me over. But I don't mind really. I am just finishing off some lines of sight just because that way you can't just go charging in and see everything at once, and hopefully that make you a bit more paranoid about what may or may not be going on. And also it means I can reuse the map again later if need be. Although I'll have to work out how to. I know how to copy and paste line of sight code now, but what I don't know is if I can work out. I probably can't. I'll have to rotate the other map at the same time. Damn it.
RPG 103, How to Railroad the GM.
I would have just stuck an office block in, to be perfectly honest.
Oh no, I'm taking pride in this, although it's taking me. I shouldn't have worried about the line of sight. But maybe I'm too much of a perfectionist. So anyway, a bit of it. Let's have some hacking. Let's first things first. Let's have a research roll to see if you can find any interesting nodes for Angelos. You find very much. You do find what appears to be the public face of Angelos. It does sort of appear to have. It's an interesting thing. What you find about it is, it's sort of the advertising and everything give very much gives a very much this thing about I think very exclusive, very expensive. You know, only the most elite and the best, and you know can get in, and how it's basically very much implying that being accepted as a customer of Angelo's is nothing short of absolutely amazing, and therefore the pinnacle of your sort of
Exactly. That's what I'm
social
trying to tell
life.
you.
And but interesting enough, it's the firewalls are it seems to have incredibly good firewalls with a difficulty rating of 10 if you want to dig any deeper.
We got any support?
Sure, of course.
So that's a +1 from Beulah.
Look at that.
And a +2 from Aki, which means you've got a +3 total on your hacking roll. Oh, you get the 10 on yourself anyway.
No, I needed their +3. That was
oh yeah, so I didn't notice. Yeah.
Where does the machine empathy come from?
my last race. It's an extra edge in the library.
Oh, it's an edge, right?
Okay. Library's acting weird, but there was a.
I suspect that was one that. Yes. Oh dear. I'll let you get away with that for now. But yes, that was. I do know where that came from. That was that was me testing around with something, and obviously I had something loaded in that wasn't meant to be loaded in.
No, that was Sprawlrunners extra rules.
Exactly. Yeah, and that was one of the ones that I was playing around with to test some stuff out, but it
Didn't make the cut.
It didn't make the cut, but I obviously didn't stop you having it, so I'm not going to take it away from you because you've got it now.
Okay.
But I'm not for now. We may tweak it later on. It was basically it's sort of in keeping with the way Suede does stuff, if that makes sense. So it was when I thought about it, it was a bit overpowered. But if you've got it for now, I'm not going to take it away. We'll worry about it later. And I think we're there. Okay, so so Angelo, it's a very strange. Very strange. The website's incredibly secure, and but that could just be because of the difficulty people have in getting an appointment. And I forgot to resize this, so God knows what size the map needs to be now for the squares. Let's try 150. That might work. Yeah, that works. 150 inch squares.
Yeah, that security is a bit heavy for air.
Exactly. That should be the first indication.
Second from
you basically you've got through the firewalls. What do you want to do now? You're inside the system. You have activated an alarm counter by getting into the system. You're aware that something, there is a background ticker going, and obviously anything you do will increase the alarm counter. So you have triggered something, which again is indications that that's an unusually secure system.
Hairdresser.
So you got through the front door. What are you after?
You motherfucker.
Is that for the others? For the physical ones?
No.
I'm going to restart Fantasy Grounds.
Any of you. So basically, Donahue, Beulah, and Aki have done their stuff, and they're inside the system. So now, as he's saying, the question is, what do you guys, if anything, want him to look for or research, or what do you want to do, guys? Is basically the question.
If you can find any data that is clearly not or suspicious on a hairdresser's system.
Well, yeah, and does he have?
Also, look for anything that is a duplicate of what we found on the lawyer's stuff. Connection to the Denim Eagle gang would be good. Or to that Mango Farms. Hey, maybe your seaweed is coming from Mango Farms, Pow Pow.
Oh, now there's
I
not.
don't know. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's expensive. Apparently, some exotic seaweed that's flown in from somewhere, and you get the bath salts, and it's kind of mixed together, and very good for opening your pores. Apparently, you just have
Are
to
you
lie
able
and let it happen.
to feed it? Because you're going to have to ride on the back of the scooter, and it's tricksy.
Well, going in the back of the scooter. Well, I've got my own scooter, but I suppose you're going to take me there. Yeah, it's not something like here can we get messed up.
Well, how did you get here? They're going to expect you to return. If they sent you out on foot, they're going to expect you to come walking back. I'm planning on dropping you a block away. If you have your scooter out here, but see, think about it, Pow Pow, where's your scooter? Did you ride it there?
Yes, I took my scoot. I went there on my bike.
So you
Pow Pow,
should-
when did you make your appointment?
It's a running thing. I go there. I've got it booked in. I've got a block booking. So I
Yeah.
book them all in advance, and I just turn up.
Because you said that you were having trouble getting squeezed in and when he could take you, but generally those running things are set times and set appointments. Set days.
Yeah. Well, pretty much that's the way it works. So I have a set schedule. Sometimes he changes it depending if he's got like a famous chef or something coming in, or whatever, or he's got some TV star coming in. He may move my appointment about a bit, but he just texts me when my new appointment is, and I just turn up. I don't have to book it. He texts me. They say, "Come in. We can do your hair and scene up today," and I turn up and I get a fantastic massage. Not very above board. So anyway, I took the bike to my appointment. So I take it as part of this prank. You've moved the bike back to the Raymond Bar.
Did he come? See, that's the thing. We've got to go out and check. Did you come on your bike or did you walk?
Do you believe those that were outside saw him walking back, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And I just rolled that hacking. I don't know if that was out of turn, but to see if I could tell whether, since we're in the system.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you do physically go to my hairdressers, I mean, obviously, if this isn't a prank, my bike will be at the hairdressers, won't it?
Yes, it would be. So while they're doing the hacking, if you want to hop on the back of my scooter, we'll go check that out. Find your scooter. And then try to remember how you got from there to here without your scooter. I'm telling you, Pow Pow, somebody's messing with your head.
I think this is a wind up, but never mind.
There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, so you on the hacking. Well, so you've got into the system. It's, as I say, it seems to be incredibly secure. You're not entirely sure how or why such a secure website just for hairdressing appointments.
Okay.
First thing you notice is there doesn't appear to be any customers on the on the system, and there doesn't appear to be any appointments.
I'm sorry, was somebody I muted myself or deafened myself so I could check something.
You just missed the DM.
Okay, so there's no customer profiles inside the system.
No, none at all.
And it's high security for a hair place.
No, I was already expecting that.
Paul seems to be their only customer.
Who has
There's
trouble
no
getting an
record of
appointment?
Pow on that system either.
I'm going to stealth myself.
Well, this is
Okay.
it's crap. I mean, you guys go for a prank. You really go deep, don't you?
By all means, you can stealth yourself. There does appear to be. You do get. Make a notice check. There does appear to be. Well, what you do notice is you do notice Beulah was. What I'm going to say is actually because Beulah made the roll there. So what I'm going to say is Beulah. While you were discussing stuff, Beulah went off to uncover the fact that there's no customer records or anything else with his hacking check. But Donahue, what you notice is that Beulah, while Beulah did that, although technically speaking he did nothing wrong and shouldn't have tripped anything, there does appear to be, you do pick up some packets leaving the system that appear to be a silent alarm. Unfortunately, you're not able to detect where it went to. It's just that a silent alarm has been tripped. If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't have known it has happened, and therefore
Okay.
it's obviously a very stealth one. It's not to. It's almost as if the system's designed to keep you locked in without realizing you've tripped something.
Well, like, look at that.
Yeah. So Beulah's still digging around in the system. Obviously, you've got to share Jack, and what he's looking basically. It's really interesting. This whole system, apart from being very secure, doesn't appear to have any real data in it. There seems to be lots of interesting. You're finding lots of nodes and stuff that apparently are relatively straightforward and easy to get into. But when you get inside, there doesn't appear to be any data.
No data.
Okay.
However, what you do find, Beulah, is 3 more nodes. One appears to be bank account details. Another one appears to be an employee list, and another one appears to be additional locations. Do you wish to investigate any of those?
Look at us like this. Don't worry about that stuff. This stuff's a trap. I want to, like I said, I do want to stealth myself, so I'm not. No, noticing that it probably doesn't matter. I want to look for that hidden node that the silent alarm went off on.
Be my guest.
And while he's doing that, I do want to
research.
look at everything else.
Yes, it would be more research. Yeah. By all means, Beulah, if you want to make if you want to try getting further into the system and digging out, which of those 3 nodes are you interested in?
It was hidden it was locations, employee list, and
what was it? Employee list, hidden locations, and bank accounts.
I think the locations is probably the most relevant.
I also send a text to the people in real space, warning them that the silent alarm has been set off.
Okay. So Beulah, sorry, which one were you going for, Beulah? Sorry, I was looking at something up when you said it, and I thought I heard you, and I realised I didn't actually register it.
He was going for the hidden the locations.
The locations. It would appear that Angelo's. Well, okay. So basically, you go in for the hidden the additional locations. The node, basically getting inside
Hello,
the
Drake.
node, lists a large number of basically additional access points that will basically let you access systems. It looks like Angelo's is there's an Angelo's in every city in America, and looks like they're spreading across Europe.
So the hairdressers of the muscling in thing, like the hot dogs, well, they got common ground.
Hot dogs and hairdressing.
Donahue, Aki, you do find a hidden node that seems to be the only you actually find you do find a hidden node that does appear to be quite possibly the only active system on this place, as opposed to just sort of incredibly hard to hack empty data nodes. But it does have this one, unlike
Hello,
the
Sam,
others,
what's up?
does seem to have a higher well, it's basically, it does have the higher level firewalls again. All the others were very easy but time consuming to get into. So yeah, a concerted hacking attempt will probably get you through this one if you wish to try.
I want to sneak past the ice into it. Yeah.
Okay, go for it. You can get help if you want.
My ask is if Aki and Beulah were helping me, or if Beulah was busy.
It looks like Beulah's going into the bank accounts. Okay, Beulah, you basically attempt to access the bank accounts. You get into the bank accounts. You would have thought they would have been more secure, but no, apparently you don't have any problems getting into the bank accounts.
Well, if I don't have any problems getting in, then I'm not using my forces, and I can help my buddy here at the same time. And I'm going to download the bank account information though as well.
Okay. Can you make a vigor check, actually, Beulah, please? Thank you very much. That's absolutely fine. My word, that's really fine. No problems at all there. Yep, you get the bank. You basically start downloading all the bank download details, and you're more than able to help the others.
So that was my help roll.
Yeah, that's a +1. Did Aki do a? Aki, if you wish to assist, make a hacking roll, and just on the side, just for the sake of it, just for no reason whatsoever, and I wouldn't worry about. Can you give us a vigor check, please? Absolutely fine, nothing to worry about there. So that's a +2 bonus on your hacking, Donahue.
Go get him.
Remember, I'm doing this. I'm doing this stealthily.
I know you are. That's exactly what you needed to get in. Basically, what you find is this node here does appear to be sending off data packets, and what you see, it's sending off complete logs of everything that Aki and Beulah are doing on the system. And
well, they're gonna have to try harder, because Angelos is really. I mean, Angelos has got loads of customers, and some of them are very exclusive. And it's very hard to get an appointment. I mean, it's always busy in there. There's loads of people.
How about you and I that way?
But what you are able to do is sorry,
I muted myself.
The IP
Like,
address the packets are being
I do like it a lot.
And yes,
Still got to figure out a few things.
I know. I am very much aware that I am sure by the time Sprawlrunners is around, that IP6 or even IP7 or even IP8 is very much the case. But for ease of and everything else, I'm giving you a good old-fashioned old IP address. Can I have a common knowledge roll from you, please, Donahue?
Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Do you wobble when you weeble? Sorry, wrong channel.
That's not good. What's going on there?
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm intrigued. Yeah, I just saw that. Yes, exactly. I've only just seen the cat. effect. So yeah, it would appear. Yeah, Hexon Megacorp.
Yeah, no, that was my bad. Yeah, sorry, Drake.
And it was sending everything in real
went to a
time.
different channel to check something. I'm trying to test something out.
Is. Nothing's coming back. It just seems to be sending data out, and everything, every keystroke that Aki and Beulah are making is being sent out in real time.
I log us out.
Okay, you log.
I'm trying to do a thing with the Discord where you have the avatars for each player lighting up when they're talking. But I'm doing it at the same time as I'm streaming, so I've got a different channel.
Absolutely fine.
I'm jumping around between channels. I'll figure it out. I've got to get their avatars first anyway. I need to do the avatars and then Photoshop them a little bit.
So
and then,
what's the plan? You log out, and Beulah and Aki made
drive.
The two of you find it a bit taken aback when Donahue pulls the plug. You really wanted to find out more. You're a bit knocked that because obviously you were using his line to get in. You really both of you are a bit annoyed that he pulled the plug. I'm sure there was more information you could have got out of there, but at the end of the day, if you're jacking in on his line, he's got ultimate control.
Drive before they send corp ops after us.
Well,
yeah, I'm not even going to use cameras. I mean, yeah, I might do. I'm not sure my system could handle the input, but
here from there, I'm going to transport. So that's going to cover some of the.
Plus, I need to be able to get hold of the players during the week, and they're all like, they're only around.
So I don't understand what happened. So
in
maybe
bits and
so
bobs.
I take it you broke into the exclusive list, and now you've got some.
But I've got an idea. I'll let you see it.
Hair appointment.
Can you? Are you going to be able to handle this at all? To go back in there like you don't know any of the last.
Probably shouldn't.
Hour happened.
Indeed,
really probably shouldn't.
See, at the moment, I've got this overlay going on, but I'm not going to use that. It's going to be different. It'll be like this.
I should or I shouldn't go for a hair appointment because I really need.
I can't show you.
You really probably should. We'll have to
Maybe.
rescue you or write you off as dead.
Well, we have to. We're expecting him back, and so Merlin, is there a way you can
avatars all around the screen?
Remembering this last 30
here
minutes
and here and here and here and here and here and here and here.
They knew we were in their system. They watched everything that got done.
Where it was from.
I don't.
Oh yeah, you said. I think you told me about that already, didn't you, OBS Ninja?
So there's nothing really I can do along those lines. That's a little higher level than I am. I really just think we need to just send him in there, and we'll just stay up the block and keep an eye out for him.
My plan. Come on, Pow Pow. You can get on the back of my scooter. I'll drive carefully to not ruffle your hair any more than it's already been.
Fuck. I'll go over at Aki and
stay out the puddles. Don't splash into my trousers. These are pretty nice. Yeah, so we can go back to the hairdressers, and I'm sure Angelo will explain everything. This is a big, huge misunderstanding. I still think you're kind of confused. We need to clarify this a bit.
You're going in by yourself. You have him clarify it to you. We're there for backup if you need us. I'm gonna drop.
Oh, so what do? You create a room and then link everyone to everyone connects to that room, and then you just put that in your stream as a browser source.
If they aren't already on to us, my dropping you off at the door will certainly put them on to us. So, Pow Pow and I, over his protest, are going to head back, and I'm going to drop him off a block away. And then I'm going to, after dropping him off, continue up just past Angelo's and take my scooter into the nearest alleyway.
Okay. No problem at all. Okay. What I need is.
The rest of you can arrange yourselves however you like.
Okay. I just need to sort.
Now.
Okay. Right. So the rest is everyone heading? Are you all heading out?
Remember, Donnie, I took the impulsive hindrance major, so
All right.
it is part of the RP.
I'll have a look. I will have a look. I've got the page up now. I'll have a look at it. You make a room and then just send them a link and they go.
Couldn't agree more. I'm not getting any. That's what I was looking for. I'm not getting any console errors today, which is reassuring.
I haven't seen one today either.
Boo.
Well, I can tell you, there's nothing in the.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
It's labeled weird because it just says module.
Yeah, mine just says module as well. It's not called a Sprawlrunners
Yeah,
anymore.
and we talked about. I mentioned it earlier because I apparently I've got 2 of them loaded. It showed because I guess I have Doswell's.
I've only got one now, and it says Sprawlrunners.
He was doing, and I didn't take it out.
Yeah, because I don't have Sprawlrunners yet, so when I look at
Plus
my
the
library, it just
purchase,
says
right?
module.
Yeah, mine. Well, I own Sprawlrunners, but
I bought the purchase this week. That's why I have 2. We think.
Hello.
Yes, that's right.
no, I bought it this week too, and well, I don't know if I ever got Doswell's. I'd have to go look at my files.
Yeah, you get Doswell's because I don't have Sprawlrunners.
Yeah, you'd have to have Doswell's because
you download
that's what we've been using up until presumably.
Yeah, you have to use the GM's one. You can't use your own version.
Yeah. God, did I make this map that big?
You did.
Oh no, it's just I've made the road too big. Oh well, it's obviously a multi. Oh God, really? Oh, I was trying to be really clever and I buggered it all up. No, that can't be right, surely.
Yeah. That's what I keep telling them, but they're not listening. They're not listening. They're always going to find out it's a great little hairdressers. You know what I mean? Single story building, car parking, fence around about it.
We're not going in with you unless there's some kind of trouble that we need to come in to, haul your ass out.
64 Zoo Lane.
Maybe I can fix the problem.
Yeah, Chandri, Drake Tag was talking about OBS Ninja as a thing for doing webcams.
Okay, well,
when I'm streaming, I have all you lot going.
Okay, so basically, it would appear that
my screen
is on an incredibly wide street. That's Angelo's there. I thought I'd be clever and sort of, for some nice effect, actually, rather than just have an empty building, create some surrounding sites. But yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. What happened there? Why didn't that do anything?
That's quite the thoroughfare.
Go.
It is. Actually, tokens should not be locked either. There we go. I'm just sorting out.
Case of walking up to the door, waving to the little camera, and they'll let you in. What do you have on the exclusive clientele list? And you go in, fantastic hairdos, manicured nails, seaweed wraps, and massage chairs. All very quite nice, actually.
Got to turn on the line of sight. After spending all that time doing the line of sight, I've got to turn it on. Cool. Merlin's got haste spell cast. No worries. Okay. Tokens. Yeah.
Which one's the hairdresser? The one in the middle?
Yeah, the one with the purple neon sign that basically is reflected down saying Angelo's. Can't you read it?
Now it's all back.
I don't know what you're freaking out. Look through the front window. It's just a hairdresser. Stop panicking.
So it didn't like being in the background.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't surprise. Oh no, no. Okay. Come on. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole enchilada went black.
Yeah. Is it okay now for you?
Yeah, if it's not in the background, I just have to have it. I can't.
Yeah, you can't put it in the background. It's a bug with that at the moment. It's going to get fixed in 4.1.
When's 4.1 coming out?
Soon.
Is that for? Is
I think
that
you've
for?
just reset the timer for another week now, Kev.
Sorry, what was that?
I would have dropped Pow Pow off at the main entrance. Where's the main?
Yep. That's absolutely fine.
Or a block ahead, and I would have gone up past.
It's okay. I'm just adding a Angelo.
I'm going to go get a haircut.
Okay, so there we go. Well, so basically, Angelo appears, or as we should say, Angel O. He seems to call it. Comes back and goes, sees. The thing I should point out actually is the place looks very run down. It doesn't in any way seem to match the description.
Coffee tea.
Pow Pow.
Was it behind the sofa, like I said?
Exclusive, exotic, expensive venue, if that makes you know what I mean. It's very basic and matter of fact.
Of course, it's exclusive. It's only for Pow Pow.
Exactly. Basically, Angel comes over and shuts the door. It literally in your face, Aki, as he comes walking up to Pow Pow and goes, "My word, what has happened to your hair?" And at the same time, he puts out his hand. Towards Pow Pow.
But you've got to take Angelo by the hand. I mean, presumably we are going to go and get another hairdressing.
Well, obviously, no. He puts out his hand as if he's waiting for you to give him something.
Oh, right. So, what am I? Okay, I don't remember this bit. So I take it I give him the thing that they gave to me in the basement.
Sounds like probably a good move to give him the thing that they gave you in the basement. Why they gave you a thing in the basement, I really don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what they're up to. I don't know. I think they're smoking.
He's still playing it. He's still pretending to be innocent.
Babby Man's giving it candy. I think that's what it is.
You idiot! Is it Pow Pow? You are not the brightest tool in the box.
Cat in the box, yeah. Not the cat. It's the brightest cat in the hat.
Do you hand over the device they gave you in the basement?
Yes. Okay, I'll follow the prank. Right. So yes, I will give them the device that they gave me in the basement.
Okay.
You just shut the door in my face when I went to get my haircut.
And Angelo says, "Let's see if we can save your hair and direct you into the salon." Which is for
Doesn't Donnie have access to the cameras now?
Well, you could try getting it. You could try a local hack. Yes.
That's one of the things we do to watch what happens to how Donnie. And as I mentioned, we have our van, so wouldn't they be stationed in the van trying to do that?
I'm very much sure they will be.
I'm going to sneakily open this door after I see them go into the hairdressers. I thought they'd already gone, but
yeah, no, that's it. So Pow Pow, you get seated back down. You get seated back down in your standard seat, and Angelo basically straps you in, which he always explains it's part of the intense follicle regeneration process that you need to be strapped in, which you once upon a time you thought was strange, but these days you just accept it as the situation. And then basically he brings down from where you're from those that can see what's going on, which I think might just be Aki at the moment. He pulls down a device that very much looks like the old-fashioned dome-shaped hair dryers, from the 60s and the 70s. and it completely covers Pow Pow's head. And after about 30 seconds, it races back up. Pow Pow's hair's immaculate, and Pow Pow looks back at Angelo, and blinks a few times, and asks Angelo a question.
So I take it I fell asleep. That was quite like that. It's a bit of Frankie Goes to Hollywood on the headphone there. Quite like that. Could just chill out to that. So I've had a wee nap. Got my hair's done. I like the nails.
Oh, I gave him a line and he didn't use it. I'm quite knocked right now.
Oh, well, that's fine. I did ask you did I fall asleep because I was listening to this? All I can remember was listening to the old Frankie Goes to Hollywood there.
So from your perspective, Pow Pow's like, oh, did I fall asleep? And Angelo's like, just for a little while. And then he unstraps Pow Pow.
That was obviously asleep because you've done fantastic, Neil. You know what I mean? Like,
indeed. Yes. So, well, we've that's okay. Angelo looks in horror as you turn and goes, "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing in here? This is a private residence.
Need a haircut, man.
Private business." And at which point he's holding this interesting looking cane-like device in his right hand, and he presses a button on top of it.
So, Aki, what are you doing here? It's the first time I've seen you today. Are you coming in for a beard appointment, perhaps?
Yeah, I thought I'd come and get a trim since you keep telling us how good this guy is. Bit rude though, isn't he?
So what's been happening?
Well, not a lot. Just the we found out that who the guy was that was doing that thing. I can't really talk about it in front of this hairdresser. You know that thing we were going to do where we were going to stake out the place? Yeah, we found out who it was.
When's that happening?
Oh, we've done it already and we followed him back. We're all on the case.
I think I'm getting a rash somewhere because I've got a lump. Where'd the lump come from?
I don't know. Maybe that funny thing you put on your head.
Mr. Donahue, sir, because you've still got you jacked out, but what you do notice is the local network nodes all seem to have shut down. All data, Wi-Fi access for this building and all the buildings around suddenly went off.
I'm going to close the door, come back, and
I'm looking around.
say, what have you done to my friend Pow Pow?
Okay.
Back of my I am looking around.
Okay, looking around, you don't see anything at the moment. It's almost as if something pulled the network. Pow Pow.
I want to go after any of the cameras in the area.
So,
Okay.
Anyway, so I've woken up from my nice, fantastic hairdo. So what's Aki doing here?
Yeah, well, we followed Pow Pow.
Why is he noising up Angel?
We followed the person who was putting in the information reader.
Right.
And it was you. We followed you back here. You just handed him over him over the USB device.
No.
Yeah, we saw you do it, dude, and now he's run off. Look.
No, I came in here.
As you go over, yeah.
I've been sitting here sleeping all this time.
As you head over to lock the door, Angelo opens the door and bolts through it.
I'm going to bolt after him. I have to do a run, I suppose, won't
I? Well, on your turn.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
We're in combat right now.
Are we in combat?
Ooh, look at all the messages on my phone. I must have been out for quite a while. So what's going on?
Yeah, obviously, this guy's been brainwashing you. You just come in here and you've forgotten everything that has happened. Yeah.
Queeg.
Yep. Which way is Angelo running? I don't see him.
You've lost him. You just hear that Angelo's running, and also basically, from your perspective, what can you see at the moment? You can't see a lot at the moment. But it seems Aki's shouting something about Angelo's on the run and everything, so you can.
I'll move up to that location and block the doorway and see if I can see what's going on.
I'll open the door and go over here.
Yeah, you open the door and go over here. Okay. A rather large ogre enters the room dressed in a business suit and opens fire on you, Aggie.
Well, I know they didn't have an appointment, but that's a bit drastic, isn't it?
Gonna have to give you a penny for that one. Yeah. You're hit twice.
Hope this bulletproof vest does some help. Mm,
Well, yeah, it does.
not enough.
Obviously, I mean the impact of the bullets do wind you slightly, but
Okay, so the bullet worked. Yeah, the vest
Yeah.
worked.
exactly. Merlin, you hear gunfire.
Pow, you're this guy who's been copying the data, right?
Okay, so we don't have anybody outside. There is shooting going on inside. I'm going to need to run in order to get line of sight on people. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, let's start to there.
See what I need for colors.
Yeah, that gives me good line of sight. Okay, I'm going to start by, as much as not sure I trust Pow Pow at this point, I will go ahead and include him in my Hoogie Boogies going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody's going to get some mage armor. What are we going to do? Oh, what do you mean I don't have the module loaded? Oh, you unshared the module, didn't you?
No, that's the
Did
problem
it
that
bring
we're
it?
trouble with.
It should be loaded. Is it not shared?
I've got it loaded, so
For some reason, it just unloaded all of my modules. They're.
No, that's what we were talking about earlier. How it just says module.
Does it really? I'll have to look at that.
Mine says
Well,
Sprawlrunners.
actually, I can't look at that.
Mine says Sprawlrunners and it works perfectly. But
You can open it. It's like I said, it's labeled.
Has it broken all the links to your powers?
Let me see what I can do here. No, there it goes. For some reason, it had unloaded all of my modules.
I think I accidentally clicked block access, which possibly unloaded it for you. But I'm glad you could just reload it to get access back. I'd have sat here and relinked everything if I did. As penance later on.
No.
It
It's just
it should click your tick mark. It should reload.
Yeah.
Merlin's going to put shields on us.
I have to do range too, aren't I? How smart am I? I'm only 8 smart, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do range. Okay, so I need to double range. I need to, so that's 1. And of course I have to hurry everybody, so that's 1. So 9, 10, 11. Okay, time to cast a spell. Ooh, very good cast of spell. Okay, so everybody's going to have the what is it? Merlin's protection with the hurry and the attack -4.
Cheers, dude.
Nice. That looks good. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, okay, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Actually, I gather there's an interesting. Oh, I do believe there's something I didn't know. If you. No, it didn't work. Someone said I thought I got it working. Yeah, if you target everyone, and then click the apply, it applies that same effect to everyone.
Yeah, that's what it's meant. It's always done that, isn't it?
So I never knew it. And someone's saying it stopped working the other day. Okay, so everyone's getting a.
Oh, there was a bug
20
report about it not working, wasn't it? But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a really good
So
feature.
everyone's got art deflection +4 with pace +2. Is that correct?
Nope. Quig didn't get it.
I've got pace +12, armor class +95, and a ball longsword. Oh no, sorry, wrong game. I have got a Vorpal longsword in my D&D game.
Vorpal longswords are in Savage Pathfinder.
I've never chopped anyone's head off yet. I never got the good roll, but I'm just waiting for that 1920.
Have I told you the tale about? Was Queeg meant to get it? Out of interest.
Yeah, everyone was going to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, everybody gets it.
Apart from the bad guys.
Oh, I forgot to target him, didn't I? My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay,
No
all
respect.
targets are affected. And that
Must have
brings
thought I
us
was a
to-
door.
Okay, so he obviously heard the shots, and we're in the van. Can he drive around back to see if anyone's trying to escape? Or do we have to pop around, pop out and deal with it?
When you say round back, do you mean? Well, yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, so you'll have to drive down here, and you can drive down the alleyway like so, if you want.
We have a pace on the vehicles we're in.
Well, technically speaking, the scale's out. I've got the scale out when I added the other map in, so you can get to the side there without as a nice straightforward drive action without having to make any rolls or anything.
Not a problem, and I'm gonna just use the comms to tell the party that's where I am.
Yeah, I'm just no problem at all. And wave, and I know
Wave
I'm moving you all, but go for it.
She sees them go by, she's gonna go after them. And
I'm going to drop prone, so I get a bonus, the defense against his armor, and then shoot the motherfucker.
Oh, that's a very good point. Sorry, I should have, before you do your move, actually. Beulah, as you drive past the sort of the garage, like, well, where they keep all their garbage and rubbish and everything, you did notice there appears to be another ogre striding towards the front of the building as you went round the side to check out the back, which obviously you are able to communicate with each other. So I'm assuming you
Can I hit? Can I have driven into him and hit him?
No. If I move you back, as you can see, he's still by the truck would have hit that first, as it were. You did.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? But so it's more as you went round the corner, you just got the angle to catch him, so you can warn Wave that if she runs right past that entrance, then she'll basically put herself into the line of sight of that bad guy.
And I've relayed that through the comms to the party.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I just
instead of moving, I'm gonna like park myself right here and straddling my scooter, get my gun out because I heard the gunshots too.
You did indeed. From a metagame perspective, he has acted this turn. So if you charge around the corner right now, you could probably hit him before he gets to react. But I think you're probably better off going there and just sort of being on hold.
I'm gonna wait for him to step out in my line of sight.
Sounds good to me. Okay, we're into the second round of combat, and Aki automatically unshakes from the bullets hitting him. What do you wish to do? And from this point on, I'm not moving your combat tracker. You have to do it yourself.
I'm gonna drop prone.
Do we get new cards or no?
You should have done. Yeah, you got your cards.
I'm a jack. Wave's on hold. I'm on jack instead of a 10.
So I'm dropping prone, and then I'm going to shoot with my gun.
Okay, go for it. Don't forget, if you get better cards, you can spend bennies.
I don't think you're going to get a better appointment.
Oh, you can.
Okay, well that's
That's like 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row now in this game. This game hates me.
maybe the assault rifle is just a dodgy one. It jams up on you.
Good.
Merlin. You can hear dwarven swearing coming over the ponds.
Son of a bitch! I'm shouting at me gun. Yeah, that's 4 times or 3 times.
And hit pow pow.
Oh, there's no way I could have hit pow pow with that. Yeah.
It's.
Yes, sucking son of a
if
bitch.
Pow Pow had been in the line of sight, I would have gone with that. But in this case, I think a complete useless gun jamming up and basically having to spend an action to clear it to apply multi-action penalties on his next action. And the fact he's prone as well, which means the guy will just come up and stomp him, is more interesting. Merlin! If you're talking, you're on mute. If you're not talking,
all right. Oh, yeah. So that yeah. Okay. So can I get? Let's see.
Fucking critical failure.
I can squeeze past Quig.
I did 4 of them
easily.
last Sunday. Now 1 already. First attack.
So I will move
critical failure.
I wouldn't say necessarily easily, but Quig will get out of the way. Yes.
Quick's starting to lurch forward anyway, so.
And that's why I said fairly easily, because I knew it wouldn't be easy. You know what? It looks like I can see Angelo from there, even if only barely.
You can see Angelo, yes.
Angelo.
So I am going to. I think I'm going to magic missile him. Yeah, let's magic missile him.
Okay, magic missiling Angelo.
We'll put 1 point into armor piercing. We are going to make it the heavy bolts. Or not heavy bolts, the super bolts. So we got, what is that? 1, 2, 5. Looks like I'm going to have to add range to it. Or no, it's smarts times 2, so I'm good. So 3, 4. Let's add fatigue to that too. So yeah, okay, we'll call it good there.
That's evil. Go for it. You hit Angelo.
Let me see if I can get the raise out of that. Not quite.
You hit Angelo.
Ooh.
Angelo goes down badly.
Oh my God, he shot my hairdresser for no good reason here.
Actually, I should have left him on the combat tracker because he's bleeding out.
And we'll call that my turn.
Okay,
critical failure.
Donahue.
I will try to sneak into that SSID I found.
Okay, you try sneaking into. Yep, you try sneaking into that SSID. It seems it's got so that would just be a straightforward hacking roll to brute force your way in.
Oh, not much help. Sorry.
5. Fortunately, as I say, it's a back door, and
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. I said fortunately, not unfortunately.
I was still trying for better. I just rolled the exact same thing.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Basically speaking, you get in. You get in through this this back door camera hidden there. It's interesting. It's almost like it was very easy to get in. You're not sure why. but you didn't have any problems at all getting in. What I think the easiest thing to do actually is to the easiest thing to do is to I'm just trying to think how to do it. You basically, if I physically, why didn't it let me drag you? That's interesting. They are. If that gives you access to basically, you see this room back here. I figured that was the easiest way to give you access to the room, to actually physically drag you in there. So that means you've got line of sight to that room, haven't you now, as it were? Basically, that's what you see, and that's the room you can see. And what I'm looking for is not what I've done. What I'm looking for is I've lost him. I've lost the NPC. You realise someone's in there. They appear to be they seem to be rapidly downloading data off the system in there, and
Downloading or deleting?
Deleting.
Back room, guys. Computer set up. He's deleting data. You need to get in there now.
And that's what he looks like.
Some kind of mechanical monstrosity. Be careful.
Computer and they're on the other side of the building, aren't they?
Yeah. Whoops. Hang on. Bodyguard. A bodyguard steps out. Well, gets to there on the front. I don't know if anyone wants to interrupt. I thought you might.
Interrupt that son of a bitch.
I know he's there and he doesn't know I'm there, right?
Very much so.
So do I need to roll to see if I beat him?
Oh, what have I done?
Yeah, it's still you didn't have a joker, did you? So it still is an athletics roll off, because he does get a chance to react before, he does get a chance to react before you do. But I think with your exploding, you're fine. You get to go first. You interrupt him successfully.
When they warned me there was somebody there, I pulled the pistol.
Yep. You hit him.
Oh, I'm going to Benny that one time.
Yes.
You shake him, which is basically, I'm going to basically that ends his turn for all intents and purposes. You can move if you so wish, of course, Waif. Or you
I'm close enough, and he's in my sight. I've warned the others that I've nicked him.
Yep.
So I heard the call for the back room over the our communications. So I don't know where the back room is, but I'm going to run.
Okie dokie. Oh, I just locked the door on you. I didn't mean to do that. Wow, 14. Nice.
Run.
That was 5 to the. Sorry, I thought because the line of sight, I'll give you 5 inches to there. So you've still got another 9 inches of movement, Queeg.
I'll move there and smack the bodyguard out of my way.
Okay, that was another 4 inches to there, so that's 13 inches moved. Smack the bodyguard.
13 inches? That's huge.
Only at 9.
That was only 9, wasn't it? I can't count. Thank you. I've targeted him for you. Oh, look, Queeg's going wild on this guy. It's
right, you targeted him for me then?
I did, yeah. So two ogres attacking each other. Fortunately, Queeg needed.
Okay, I missed the tray. Okay.
Nothing worse, but it was a good roll as well.
That's a Benny.
Be my guest. That looks better. That's a hit. So Avoiding the prone dwarf in the middle of the doorway, Queen comes charging into the room, crosses the room, barrels into the other ogre.
And there's another Benny used.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a bit
yeah.
different though.
That's very good. I like that use of a Benny there. I was worried about getting stomped for a second.
Yep.
That's quite an impressive crunching that occurs there. Okay, the guard goes down, but he may well recover later. But you've still got
It's a big blood splat.
yeah, the hex has got. I made
Yeah.
the hex.
2 move or
9 is better.
You've moved
13's
9
too big,
inches
isn't
so
it?
far, so you've got 5
Takes
more
the moment
inches.
that you can't bounce off of it if it's 13 inches long, can you?
Runs right over the top of the other troll.
I'll move there to see what I see. And
Yep. I'm not. There is a door just there. You can just about see it from where you are, I think.
do I got 3 or 2 more?
2, I think. Yeah, 2 more.
And I'll finish up there.
I really have this problem with clicking on the ticks. I always seem to move the tokens by mistake. I obviously have a jittery mouse hand.
Zoom in a bit.
Probably. I'm trying to see that more of the map.
Yeah, I know it's the bit. That's the thing that you want to see what's going on, but sometimes you just have to zoom in. They should make the ticks bigger.
Yeah, they should make the ticks bigger. Mr. Pow Pow, you're not strapped in, but you're still sat in the chair. And from here, you can see your hairdresser bleeding out.
I'm socially confused. So all I've done today is I've gone to my hairdressing appointment. I've sat down and listened when Frankie goes to Hollywood. I woke up and the troll's now smashing the bodyguard. The hairdresser is now dead. Everybody's thrown. What the fuck is going on? Jesus, if you wanted a hair
Just
appointment,
another day in the sprawl.
Yeah. Well, we'll explain to you later, but if you want to go and heal the hairdresser and then tie him up so he can't escape, that would be good.
Yeah, make him your own personal hairdresser.
By the way, where's the C-Rap room?
Hello, Vibrilli, how are you?
Supposed to be a bedroom. Have you done like a change in rooms thing where you come in like you do a makeover?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a bedroom, guys. The way those lights are shining on that, I'd look
exactly.
What kind of seaweed is he giving you?
There also appears to be like VR headsets all over the place.
Right, well that's me because I'm. Is the hairdresser alive? Can we save the hairdresser?
Is there a blood splat in the bed?
That is the hairdresser, right? Yeah. Well, it's not a blood splat. That's the worrying thing. It's a roiling brown stain, actually.
The skid splat. Oh.
The hairdresser's right in front of you. He's that splat on the floor. If you want to do anything.
Let's see for the hairdresser. Till somebody explains what the.
Because he is bleeding out, and he will go after Beulah. You basically stop him bleeding out. So the hairdresser is unconscious.
Okay, is it my turn still, or?
It is your turn still, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want to help Donahue like pull, get whatever's getting deleted off of here.
I don't have access. It was only a camera.
I've got mine. I got my second one in a couple of
Okay,
weeks.
Well, then I'm going to go in.
Well, 3 weeks maybe, 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I was looking for cameras in the area because I'm expecting us to be ambushed.
And what's the best way to get in? We got to go through the front door, or is there a back door that I know of? Or?
Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any back doors. I know that's why you were heading down the back to see, but unfortunately, when you get round the back, it appears there are no back doors to the place, which is unusual and probably a health and safety violation because there should always be a fire escape. But there unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be one.
Okay, well, I moved.
You could, yeah.
I said what? I'm sorry?
Back the van up. You could back the van up and then get out, as it were. So you could, for example, back the van up to the end of the alleyway, which from there and then get out.
So that'll be that.
Yeah. Basically,
And
yeah.
hold an action for the first hostile, I see.
No problem at all. That brings us to, well, Angelo should actually be on hold. He's now just unconscious and on the floor. Okay, that brings us to the third round. And looks like good guys get bennies.
Yay.
And that means Queeg gets to go first.
And I get through the door.
You do. You get through the door. So you open the door, pile in, and you come face to face. I'm not sure how you know this, but you come face to face with the real Angelo.
Ah. Looks very beautiful and pretty. And not at all dangerous.
His hair is done perfectly too, isn't it?
It's Savage Worlds Sprawlrunners, so it's like a cyberpunk game. Cyberpunk with magic.
If you want a closer look, that's what that's Angelo.
I don't know what evil can do, so I'm just going to take a normal swing.
Go for it. If you didn't have the Joker, he was waiting on hold for the first person to jump through the door, and you going through the door, and the Joker.
Oh,
so he doesn't
that is Angelo there. Huh?
Yeah. So he's requesting an interrupt, but he can't interrupt you because you have a Joker. So you hit Angelo.
Ha ha.
Causing a wound upon Angelo. Angelo doesn't like that. He's going to soak it. Which he does.
Yeah.
And basically, I don't. I wish there was a way to actually artificially move people down the combat tracker when they're on hold and stuff, because it would make life much easier. So anyway, Angelo's go. He's gonna multi-action, I think. And these eyes all weave and wave about all over the place. The ones on stalks, they do appear to be like ocular implants and stuff. And each of them seems to be glowing slightly different colours. And the first thing he does is he basically, one of them with like a orange beam comes out of it and hits you, Queeg. He didn't get the raise, so it's a straightforward vigor check or be stunned.
It's an electronic beholder. Yeah, Merlin's going to just see a beholder.
There you go.
Fuck!
It's a cybeholder.
There is
and I get the bonus too.
I would like to point out that that the word that was just used is obviously the word beholder is not. It is obviously quite a sayful, is a nice normal word and cannot be trademarked. But the actual creature behind it obviously is trademarked. This is most definitely not a beholder that you're thinking of. That it looks like it is in fact called a beyonder.
It's called a pajumba one, but I thought it was called a chumbly bumbly.
But anyway, so I'm afraid that Queeg basically critically fails, falls prone, and is obviously full on stunned as well. Which is ironic actually, because if I'd known it would have been that effective, I would have changed his other action, but I'm not going to.
We critically failed. That was what was the big bonus there, wasn't it?
It was, and basically, as Queeg lands on the floor. Well, he's remaining stunned anyway. As Queeg lands on the floor, Angelo literally, basically, Angelo literally just vanishes. And when I say vanish, he doesn't become invisible. You, from Queeg's perspective, you do see him sort of moving towards you, but as he comes, he seems to start disappearing until he all vanishes, as if he went through an invisible door. Merlin.
Merlin is going to. I'm still hearing hollering and so forth. Nothing's in line of sight. Merlin is going to Benny his run. Still kind of crap. So let's run. Can't run through the chair. Got to run around the chair. 9, 11 will get me to here.
Zoomed in, and I still can't click on a ruddy tick.
I see that Quig is down.
Yeah, he's drooling quite a bit.
Yeah, I see that. He's not dead down. He's just kind of laying there going blah 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 blah. So I will actually make a spellcasting check.
Yes.
To astral check the area to see if maybe he triggered a trap or something along those lines.
Okie dokie.
Let me Benny that. That's better.
You are picking up the remains of basically very powerful magic use. It would appear
It's a magic robot.
Some sort
Fuck's
of
sake.
Basically teleportation portal was opened and someone passed through it.
Okie dokie. That'll be my turn. Guys, it's something that was in here is teleported away. Eyes up.
Mr. Aki, sir.
Right, Aki is going to stand up first off.
Gun is jammed.
And he's going to run. I've got to knock off 2 and I, so it's 10, 8 my movement, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm unjamming my gun at the same time as I'm doing the moving, so.
Just realised Angelo's invisible, isn't it? Sorry, Angelo's
That
invisible.
for what?
There you go. Yep.
And then
charging over and basically stop near Angelo.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that door above me, but I can't do anything else now.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Unshakes.
GM, I did do GMing on Monday.
Not realising that Beulah is behind him yet. What makes the stupid mistake of going up and punching Waif? I say stupid mistake, but because of course he doesn't know that he's going to miss. Waif.
And Wednesdays when people turn up, but everyone's like at the moment. So yeah.
Pistol at close range, right?
You can use a pistol at close range. His machine gun was too big for the range you were at, so he had to move into melee and try and hit you.
There's a combat
shoot him
over here.
9mm pistol.
Damage sucks today. I must have went wide because Beulah come running up behind startled me.
Probably.
Yep,
yeah,
it's Beulah's fault. Is that shiny head of his?
Yeah, blame it on the orc.
No respect.
Because he got a shiny head, that's all. If you just grew some hair.
Wait, he keeps it shiny for easier data access, doesn't he? Mr. Donahue, sir.
How you been, Pterodox?
So the bodyguard is still standing?
He is indeed.
And facing me, because I've been shooting at him.
Beulah's advancing on him from behind, and you're in the back of the van. Well, you can in the back of the van, so that you can slide open. There's doors you can slide open on both sides, because I'm nice like that.
Okay. I'll do that. Will I have the drop on him?
Go for it.
Which case I'll try for a called shot to the head.
Go for it. That will give you a -4 to hit, but obviously you got the drop on him. So, can I do cold? No. Yeah, called headshot. You missed.
I will 20, that.
Which is still a 3, which is still a miss because it's +4 -4, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll try one more.
Are you not using the gun to shoot? You're just clicking the shooting
Oh,
skill, isn't it?
I'm doing the wrong.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's in the wrong spot.
Don't worry about it. I can do sums in my head. So you do hit on a 5.
You can do sums in your head. You're just showing off now.
So that was actually a 5, not sorry. That was actually a 5 against a 4, which is a hit. So you should be able to roll.
No, he's not showing off. He's not saying that he's doing the sums on his toes.
Should be +4 for a headshot.
It was. You got the +4 in there. You rolled a 7, but it turns it up to an 11.
No, that's the drop. The drop is +4. The headshot should be another.
Oh, another +4, of course. Yes, sorry. I'm not paying attention. Takes it up to 15, which does put him down.
You shot him in the head. You bastard.
Yes.
Oh, interestingly, though, it won't kill him. He will recover. So it's obviously...
Like Homer Simpson, there's not a lot going on in there.
Okay, well, that appears to be the end of any combat actions. Tokens are unlocked.
I'm heading back to that room.
What is going on then?
Obviously, Queeg is no longer stunned and no longer prone.
So why is everybody shooting up the hairdressers?
And Angelo stands back.
Yep, I'll explain. You are the guy. You have been spying on yourself, basically. You're the one who's been doing the data, putting the data in the camera, and you come into the hairdressers and dropping off the stick and then plugging it back in again, which is why no one suspects it, and why you don't suspect it is because whatever that thing you put on your head is that does your hair was also interfering with your mind.
But I admit, Frankie Goes to Hollywood is a bit deep, but I don't...
It's not a Frank idea. Whatever that's doing in that, whenever that thing does to your hair, it's also interfering with your mind. Because when you came in here, you remembered what happened this morning. The reason you got a lump is because we beat you up. Because you was acting weird and we didn't think it was you. And we got you to the hairdressers, and he's put that thing on your head, and you've completely forgotten everything. So. Yeah, you're the guy we've been spying on. You've been spying on yourself. So now we've got to figure out what is going on here and what did Queeg see? Because
this employee has contravened his employment conditions. This will lead to termination.
oh no! It sounds like some kind of bomb is going off somewhere. Where did we hear that coming from?
Angelo's head.
Shit! Can we hack it? I'm going to hack it and save him. What have I got to do? I've got a card that actually, if I get a complication in a test, I automatically succeed the whole test.
Do you? I somehow doubt that very much.
Have a look at my adventure card. Have a look at my adventure card.
I am okay. So, Mr. Aki, sure. Do you really? That's really advantageous, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, what's the chances? And I've got the card. But I've got to get a complication and fail it, I think, and then automatically succeed. But it's
okay. Basically, his head will explode in. Let's see now. How nasty do I want to make this one?
You must play this card whenever you fail a roll or a complication during a dramatic task.
I might make it red. No, it's horrible. It's nasty. I want to set a precedent so when I do it to one of you in the future, you're worried and scared about it. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. I'm just going to check. I don't want to make it too unfair. 122. Yeah, you've got four rounds to override the device. You need 6 successes.
Right, so I've got to jack in and hack him, have I?
Yeah, but jack in, and then yes, you can choose to you can basically use electronics hacking or repair, but first you've got to jack in. So
Okay, I'm jacking in. Do I need to do anything to jack in?
You're gonna have to jack into. You're gonna have to directly connect yourself to him.
That's all right. I've got one of them wiry things plugged into me somewhere.
Okay. Make a hacking roll. Are you happy with a 5?
Well, does a 5 succeed?
A 5 is 1 success. You need 6 successes in 4 rounds.
You son of a bitch.
Okay. Don't necessarily spend all your bennies too soon.
3 5s in a row. Okay, I've still got 3 left. I got in then, did I?
That's interesting. What happened there? Deal a card. It's putting them up the top. Why is it putting them up the top? Because I'm not using the rounds. I meant to go round. I meant to use the rounds, but I don't want to borrow with everyone else. So I'm just going to. I'm going to cheat. So you got the 2 of diamonds next. So the second round, you got the 2 of diamonds. Okay, so you have successfully got in, and therefore you have jacked straight into him, and therefore you are able to basically, well, you could now basically proceed to try and disable the Cybomb. So how do you want to do that?
I'm gonna hack it out of him. Yeah. Well, you know,
Go for it then.
using electronic hacking, not an axe.
Okay, go make a hacking check. It gives you that's a single success.
Okay. Well,
And now you get a complication. Unfortunately, on the 3rd round, you get a complication because you've got the 5 of clubs. Therefore, basically, what's happened is the Cybomb does have its own firewalls and ice detection systems, and you will need to evade the ice system, or it will boot you out of the entire system.
okay, so I need to fail this roll because then I automatically succeed.
Only if you play the card.
Yeah, if I play the card, yeah. I've got to fail first. So I've got to hack him again, have I? And then I've got to try and get past the complication.
You have to, yes, a hacking roll at -2 to get past the ice that's trying to boot you out the system.
Have you put? Is the -2 automatically applied? Is it? I haven't got to do it.
Just make the roll. I can modify the numbers anyway. You got a 2. So you successfully failed, and you spent a Benny to.
Oh, you cock! I failed. Yeah, right. So then I'm going to spend. Now I'm going to use the card.
You got a 3. So you play the card when you ever fail a roll for a complication during an automatic task. Instead of your screw.
I think you mean screw up, causing the worst possible result.
Yeah, I think so too. I haven't loaded the adventure deck back in.
It causes the best possible result, and you automatically succeed at the task.
Interesting. Are they extra cards, those? Oh, they're extra cards. Damn it. Where did I find those from? Oh, they must have been bonus cards I've got. Yeah, your screw causing. Yeah, it does actually. I've phrased it exactly as it says on the card. Okay, so basically, yeah. So how do you manage? How does your screw up actually override the system and save the guy?
I cut the blue wire accidentally, and it was actually the right wire.
Fair enough.
Try switching on and off again.
Okay, so basically, warning: this employee has contravened employment records. You have 10 seconds to reach minimum safe distance, and it cuts out.
I think we've saved Angelo then.
The only one I just need to. All I need to do now is hacking D8. Yep. Okay. Pay no mind to the random dice rolls. It's nothing to worry about.
Yep, that's what we always say. And then a giant ogre comes running through the door.
Okay, so you You have saved Pow Pow's hairdresser.
Yay!
See, you can get your hair done again, but we got to figure out. Now we got to speak to Angelo, and find out what the crack is with that guy in the room.
As you unjack from Angelo, he wakes up, looks around, and goes, "Did I fall asleep?"
No, we think you've been hacked.
Oh. Who are you lot?
We're friends of Pew Pew.
Who's Pew Pew?
It's Pow
Where
Pow.
am I? Where am I? Who are you lot? What are we what am I doing here?
It's the hairdressers. Are you not the hairdresser?
Hairdresser? I don't have a hairdressing appointment for another month.
No, you're the hairdresser.
I've got to go to Angelo's for my hair next month.
This is Angelo's, isn't it?
Yes.
And he doesn't know he's Angelo. Pow Pow, is this guy Angelo?
He's Angelo's my hairdresser. This is the person that comes and does my nails. Tucks me into the machine. Very nice.
That's Angelo.
And then you have a nice coffee and latte afterwards. It's all very above board.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned, that's Angelo standing in front of you.
Right, so he's got a memory wipe going on as well. So can
why is the carpet dirty though? I don't remember that bit.
Oh, what have we done with that ogre? Is he still unconscious, or are we gonna?
One of the ogre, right? One of the ogre,
The one near Pow Pow was still there on the floor, unconscious, wasn't he?
Well, that basically once they recover, they're unconscious until they recover from their wounds. So if they get medical treatment, they will wake up.
Well, we're not going to treat him yet. We'll leave him there.
Now that excitement is done, I'm going to see what I can get off these computers back.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Donahue, get in there and hack it. I can come and support you if you need it.
If you want to talk to him.
Okay.
And assisting me before I roll.
Okay, what am I rolling to assist? Hacking?
If you want to assist, you'll have to jack in. Yep. Okay, so that's a +1. Is Beulah helping?
I think Beulah's. Oh yeah, Beulah's doing a support role, and Donahue's hacking. Yeah.
Okay, well, all of you get in. That's not a problem.
I'm Pac-Man.
Okay, so obviously you're doing the assistance and you're hacking in. It would appear that whatever that thing was that was in here, it was basically deleting files. But then Queeg burst in before it could finish deleting the system. So there do seem to be the odd files left here and there. Strange thing about it is right now, another file just seems to have disappeared from the file list.
Yank whatever internet connectivity it has, and
it isn't showing any. There is no internet activity. As soon as you hit the,
there's a virus on it, wiping it out.
Another file disappears.
Right. Pull the power.
You pull the power on the whole thing. That will dump the three of you out. You'll have to take dump shot rolls.
Oh, sorry. Try and find what it is that's doing it and stop it.
Okie dokie. Another file disappears.
He's a bit loud, isn't he?
System.
My microphone's
What
picking
do I
him
roll
up.
to find what's doing it?
Make a hacking check.
Bullet, get off the system.
Another file disappears off the system.
Does he get off?
I'm off.
Yeah, I'm getting off as well. Yeah.
Try and destroy the virus in case it's on here.
Okay. You don't find any. You do not find the viruses on the system. It appears to be. It's basically. It seems to have vanished the second you find yourself on the system alone.
Okay. Try and run recovery to
That's better.
if
Not
he's
picking him
see
up
if he's
now.
deleted, or whether he was shredding the files.
Okay. You are able to recover about 50% of the deleted files. You get about 0.5 terabytes worth of data, which you will have to spend some time analyzing.
Okay. Start carping it onto a secure hard drive.
Yep, no problem at all. To make some more notes about what that data entails. Oh, I had a lovely plot line. It's gone that way. now we split in half. I'm enjoying myself. It's fun. Okay, so yep, you've got the data. It's heavily encrypted and will probably take you some odd downtime for me to come up with what's actually on there. It's the honest answer, obviously, for you to decrypt it. However, you do know that basically you again, all indications seem to be this whole area, this whole site was reporting back to the IP address 6666.
Okay.
I wonder who's got that in real world.
I'm gonna say let's take that share that they stuck Pow in.
US Department of Defense network, apparently. In real life.
And then see if we can make. Not that it's probably going to do any good, but let's shred any video footage.
Okay, well, yeah, it looks like the video footage had already been. Yeah, I mean, when the system went offline, some of the files you probably got are video footage anyway. So you pulled everything you've got off the system. You could also sort of basically, you can also run a command. You know, you can also basically destroy the hard drives in the system that's left. You know what I mean? So they can't be recovered. The only thing that seemed to be that independent thing was that camera that was basically scanning the room, sort of like, you know, from that corner over there. Do you want to take that as well?
Yeah.
It's very well concealed. If you hadn't found it from outside, you wouldn't have spotted it. It's wedged right up into the corner there, so you literally have to clamber up onto the table and you retrieve it.
Okay.
Bueller's gone out to get in and stop the van running.
Quick will help with the camera retrieval if somebody needs a improvised step ladder.
There we go. Decided we'd have a ridiculously big van. There we go. Let's make it a bit more sensibly sized. There we go.
Some of the electronics, that's not Waif's thing. She's headed back out to her scooter.
Problemo.
How's Angelo behaving now?
Well, that's a good question. What are you going to do with Angelo?
Well, I don't know. He seems to have had a memory wipe, didn't he? So
He doesn't remember me. That's a tragedy.
just take him over to the hairdresser machines and see if he remembers anything. See if it triggers a memory.
He goes, "What, is my hair that bad that I need an appointment already?" And he goes and sits down in the machine and goes, "Well, you don't like the normal staff."
You're the normal staff, Angelo.
No, I set the machine.
Yeah, I don't have the artistic flair to be a hairdresser. I mean, he does have incredibly blue hair just down one side of his head.
It's not the same person, is he?
No, I suspect that machine brainwashes people.
Yeah, well, look, you didn't remember Pew Pew, so maybe Angelo don't remember either. This goes around. This thing causes brain damage. Maybe you all need hypnotherapy.
Sure, that's
I've been here the whole day. I haven't left the place for more than that.
You haven't been here that. Where do you think you got that? Where'd you get the lump from then?
Well, okay, that's the only
And the burn mark on your chest where you got hit earlier.
Unless the machine malfunctioned, but it looked like somebody's hit
I'm
me with a
terribly
van.
sorry. I'm terribly sorry.
I'd have been slapped.
I completely forget myself. The name's Wessex, William Wessex. I don't know how I'm back here at Angelo's already, and but yes. Are you involved? Are you looking into the hot dog scandal, or is that something? I'm just curious if that's why we're all here together. Because last thing I recall was
The
waking
hot
up
dog
this
scandal?
morning and going to visit Mr. Rollins.
Ah,
Rollins is
You're
dead.
shitting me.
so it's all connected. The hot dogs and the hairdressers, obviously, both have H in them. Maybe he's a heroin dealer. Hot dogs, hairdressers, and heroin.
Hookers, probably hookers in there somewhere too.
Yep, it could be hookers as well. Yep.
I had an appointment to see Mr. Rollins, and I do recall that as I was walking up to Com Tower, a van pulled up in front of me, and that now I seem to recall that now I find myself in front of you guys, and I don't know where we are. As I say, yeah.
Well, he sounds just like Outlaw.
So don't tell me you got a text message saying there's been a cancellation at the hairdressers and they want to see you now, and a van turns up and you go in and get a fantastic hair. Is that the story?
I didn't know. As I say, I'm not due to a visit to Angelo's until next month. I had my last appointment was last week.
My last appointment was last week as well.
Yeah, you go weekly.
Weekly.
He goes monthly. He goes. Well, anyway, I've got to.
But it's you. I don't understand. You're the person I see.
Because what? That can't be. I mean, no, if you please, you must excuse me. After all, I've it looks like it's getting late outside. I seem to
Hang on.
miss my chronograph. I've got to get home. I've got to get home in time to prepare for Thanksgiving.
No, you're not going anywhere. What does Angelo look like? Describe him.
Angelo, he's an elf, and he's an elf. He's a very fine-looking fellow, long silver hair, incredibly dexterous. Is he around here somewhere?
Okay, that's me sold. The machine's brainwashing.
Yeah, the machine's doing brainwashing. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
right,
so what were you going to see Rawlins for?
Basically, a friend of mine had been approached by him to sell off his restaurant to some you believe it? Hot dog people. And I mean, Quinn didn't want to sell it off, and but Rawlins seemed to be offering a ridiculously good deal. But then Quinn basically vanished, and
Quinn vanished, and you woke up here as a hairdresser, right? There's definitely something weird going on.
And I started doing some more investigation, and I found quite a few other companies were being approached, and some of them appeared to the people that appeared to eventually I found out that five buildings, 5 whole companies appeared to just close down overnight, and their owners disappeared. And I finally tracked down that Rollins was I finally tracked down an address for Rollins, and as I say, I was going there when the van turned up this morning, and that was it. I mean, I don't know,
Well, give us your contact number, and then and you go home and sort out your Thanksgiving. I mean, if we need any more information, we'll contact you, because we're investigating the hot dog thing as well.
Yeah, no, so look, I'm well aware that Thanksgiving is not for months yet. It's just the little. It's just the little. It's our own personal family Thanksgiving, and we.
I don't know what Thanksgiving is. I'm a dwarf.
Exactly, but we do that. Yeah, we just get all together, and we give thanks to. The wonderful life we've had, and as I say, we only took the name because we know we know this country believes in Thanksgiving. But I'll be a bit, if I missed it, my family would be quite worried, and it's quite important. We do it at the beginning of every month. It's the 31st of March, and he says, I wouldn't want to miss it. 1st of March without fail every time, every year. So I better be on my way. And he starts
What's the date today?
31st of March.
All right.
Yeah,
See you.
so
Bye.
tomorrow's Thanksgiving for him. He can go enjoy it with his family. They'll be expecting him.
From what he said, he's 30 days late.
Well, but he'll still be there tomorrow for Thanksgiving on the 1st.
No, it's the 1st of March, and it's the 31st of March, so he's 30 days late.
Yeah.
He's 30 days. He's lost 30 days of time.
That means he went to see Rollins 30 days ago, and they've had him in here pretending to be a hairdresser for who knows how long. How long have you been getting your hair cut here, pal?
As far as I can remember, I don't. When did I start?
Yeah.
When did I start?
I don't know.
As far as you know, you've always had your hair cut here, but thinking about it, Angelo's only been cutting your hair probably for the last 3 or 4 trips. Yeah. Before that,
I've been coming here for months.
Yeah, I must admit. Oh, you do remember? Now, it's a funny thing. It's been very nagging at the back of your mind, but suddenly you do have this feeling that Angelo might once have been an elf. Now you come to think about it, but every time you came in, Angelo was there to welcome you. You put it out of your mind.
Well, yes, I've been coming here for a while. It's all a bit fuzzy, So missing those gaps.
What I will say is actually one of the files, Dr. Hugh, that one of the files that looks like it hadn't. It is much smaller, therefore you are able to crack quicker. Appears to be a email communication, as it were. It seems to be sent from a big@big.com to a Mr. Angelo, and it does appear to say it appears to be a request that a Mr. WW has a hair appointment, and it's dated the 1st of March.
Sounds familiar.
Oh, something. We've already lost 2 people. Was that my fault?
No, there was this looks like he was the other guy that was investigating, because there was a file drop for WW investigation, blueprints for the building, and Quinn Marsters was one of the guys that was resisting. But hadn't disappeared as far as I could tell, as far as I had found.
Maybe he's confused himself, or maybe he was confused himself. But he. Actually, though, I think you hadn't gone around. You were going to investigate them, weren't you? But you hadn't had the chance yet. So maybe Mr. Masters has gone missing, and no one, it hadn't been. No one had updated any information that you'd found.
We know where that IP 6666 is leading to. Want to go there?
Nope, that's corporate.
Goes to Hexon Megacorp, one of the big megacorps, one of the big international global megacorps.
Well, I don't work for corporations anymore. I left.
That's interesting. Did anyone else know he used to work for a corporation?
No.
The first paragraph of the background.
I know, but that's the point. I'm just saying. I'm just putting.
We can't read your background.
I know.
But yeah, grab one of the chairs. Grab the guy, because let him know his brain's been fucked with, and we should check him out to make sure, to find out what's been done.
Yeah, so I had an intern's job at Hexon when I left the neighbourhood, and I mean it was an internship, but it was just it was I didn't like it because it was going to lead to wage slavery, basically, because you had to stay on their, you stayed in their office blocks, you lived there, but you paid rent. So you got paid, but you paid rent as well. And if things went wrong, you end up paying the company to work there. And I didn't like it. I just left.
They only paid you in corporate credits that could only be used inside the corporation.
Yeah, it's nonsense. It's just I didn't like it. It didn't chill with my spirit. So yeah, I left and decided to go back to the old neighbourhood, and I've been kicking about until I met you guys. At least that's how I remember it.
But since you've been brainwashed, your memory is not reliable.
And yeah, maybe leaving the maybe something to do with leaving that corporation. Maybe that giant not beholder was
So yeah, I went to, and then I came back to the old neighbourhood because I used to run with I used to run as an informer when I was a kid between street gangs. Didn't like it. Things didn't work at the corporation, so I came back to the old neighbourhood, and I was in the Raymond bar, and conveniently somebody walked in and decided to rob the place. I saved the Raymond bar, so that's how you all got to know me. It's okay, very convenient.
Yes, very convenient.
But I left. I don't work there anymore.
Your memory is not reliable. You've been brainwashed.
Yeah, maybe we should have a look at these hairdressing things. Maybe they're doing it.
That's why I said to grab the one they stuck them in and put it in the van.
Hey, well, we've done that, haven't we? We've got Quig to help us.
Yeah, probably
We've
pick it
done
up
that.
and
We've
move
got
it.
the information. I'm not sure why we're still here then.
Let's go. Where are we going now?
Talking to the fake Angelo.
The fake Pow Pow. Right, where to next?
Somewhere safe to go through the stuff.
Yeah, well, it's too. We can't take it to. Can we take it to the Ramen Bar, or have we got to go to one of our houses?
Probably good with safe house.
I've got a safe house.
Well, I take it. I don't.
Well, we don't know if you've got a safe house. You've got somewhere you stay, but we all stay in our own different apartments, don't we? So.
Well, that's the point. Even if I did, it's not safe, is it?
Yeah, yours. Yeah, definitely yours isn't safe. No, yours is. Maybe we should be like hobbits though, and go to your place, and because the closer you are to danger, the further you are from trouble.
That's as bad as that idea of keep your friends closer and your enemies closer. Because if you keep your enemies closer, you're making it easier for them to screw you over.
Yeah, exactly. It's just nonsense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you're
Right.
expecting them to screw you over.
True. Where
So,
are you
yeah,
headed next?
Right, so because Pow Pow is not behaving as he should, Merlin will know that that's why spirits are he's starting to piss off spirits in the world, because he's not following his totem's correct path.
Yes. Because you did aura him earlier and noticed that, didn't you?
That might be why spirits are getting pissed off around Pow Pow, because he's not doing what he's
Well,
supposed to.
can summon a spirit and see if you can get something out of them. But don't do it near me because spirits don't like me. Actually, maybe it's a good idea to do it near me because they hate me. They'll like you more.
But only spirits I can summon is should a wee cat. And it's
Yeah, they'll definitely hate me. They'll try and claw me. They all hate me. Spirits hate me.
got a mind of its own, but it's not going to be much use. Yeah, you're gonna have to find out who made the chair, or find out. I don't understand. But I left Hexon. What's Hexon got to do with
think you
hairdresser?
left Hexon. You don't know it. Because your mind is not yours.
Well, it might be if he stops going to the hairdressers. Let's go and have a look at this chair.
That's a fate worse than death. There's no way I'm not.
Well, you can find another hairdresser that isn't putting brainwashing devices on your head. In the meantime, get a hairdryer. How did you manage on a Red Dwarf for all them years? You did it yourself.
Yeah, so we can. By the way, that means to say that anything that we thought up, or any plans that we had, or any leads we had, I may have actually accidentally grassed you up.
Yeah, everything we've done could have been reported back. Yeah.
Except it wasn't because they sent them in there again.
Well, they didn't know that we were following him at that point, did they? Unless he told them. No. Yeah, that was pretty quick, isn't it? So.
You're assuming that he has value to them. That he's not just a disposable asset.
Yeah, Maybe we should hack his brain, see if he's got. Let's check if he's got. I want to check and see if he's got an implant.
See anyone, it would interfere with his magic.
Yeah, but it could be a bomb implant, couldn't it? Yeah.
Well, again, it would still interfere.
Oh,
with
so there's no chance he's got a bomb in his head, right?
Interfere with his spirit channeling, and Merlin probably would have noticed something like that because
Okay.
Yeah, Merlin would have seen it.
Merlin would have noticed it because basically there would be like an area of non-magic in the aura. So I mean, magic users can have data implants, but it does affect their magic.
Okay.
Magic and technology don't mix.
Yeah, both me and Merlin can detect implants at 6 yards.
Okay, where to next then, everyone?
Well, like I said, at this point, it's basically spend downtime having someone with electronics and repair checking out the chair. Miyaki and Bula working. Well, Bula needs to get his thing. Either needs a new thing or needs to get his deck cleaned. And
Well, I can. Yeah, we can just go and hack this chair then. Let's do it. Find out everything about it.
By the way, I've just realised the bars, the payment bars, totally compromised because everything ever happened in there's probably been reported back as well.
I already told you everything was getting reported back.
So you go back to the ramen basement, or are you heading out? Are you heading elsewhere?
No, somewhere else.
Go. I've got a safe house. We can go there.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know. You've got a safe house, so theoretically, it is still safe.
It's safe from you because none of you have ever been here before, so I'm inviting you back
No.
to my safe house.
Right. Okay. That seems like a plan.
Yeah.
That'll take us off the grid.
That takes us off the grid, and we can keep an eye on you, and you'll be off the grid as well, and then you can start. See, look at that.
House.
That's my safe house. See, didn't know about this. No one knew about it. It looks familiar, but it's not what you think. It's not the same place it looks like.
Well, they all come in a kit form now. It's all, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's got machine gun turrets outside.
Would you just click that?
If we're going to Aki's safe house, Waif is going to take the time to alert Master Zhang, to alert Mr. Nakasone that there might be trouble, and have Master Zhang help keep an eye on him.
Okay.
There we go. That should have fixed the problems I was just having with the safe house there. Yeah, we go.
Yeah. So now we're going to start hacking this hairdressing machine.
Okie dokie. Well, it's not so much more. It's going to be more electronic and repair based, I imagine. There may well be some hacking involved. But,
well, I've got electronics and repair, so I can. That's terrible.
That's a very good question, actually. You can go off and do that if you want to, Beulah.
I remind him, don't use your deck or get a new one.
You can go bin the deck and get another one. Technically speaking, yes, yeah, obviously the way the logistic points are meant to work is you're meant to do heist, but we're being a little more free flow than that.
Yeah, if you're going to hack, now's the time to do it. I think you're right. You'll have to be fairly quick on this.
So,
plus they've got shed loads of bennies.
Well, I know I'm not going to. Well, depends if it's. We've still got 40-odd minutes, 35 minutes of gameplay left. So, looks like you're doing some repairs and hacking. So you're getting into the sim. It seems to be a very fascinating device. The whole chair, as I say, the chairs is like a reclining chair situation, and it's got this thing that looks like one of those old-fashioned dome-shaped hair dryers that comes down over the face, and it seems to emit. It seems to sort of emit interesting light displays, and there seems to be some sonic elements in it as well that you can't really make head nor tail of. The other fascinating thing you find is that there appears to be a slot in the side of the chair that basically a basically a storage device can be inserted into. You suspect that's probably for uploading or downloading of information. You did not notice one of these being in the chair when Pow Pow was sat in it. So there may be maybe that particular chair has a default built in that you, or maybe, who knows? But basically, as far as you can tell, when Pow Pow sat back in that chair and it was activated, it sort of restored the last program settings he had. Wherefore, he had no memory of the stuff he did when you basically gave him a heart attack, which sort of rewired his brain shut temporarily, allowing him to forget all his programming. So it would appear that if you stick Pow Pow back in that chair and turn it on, it will automatically sort of set him back up to go to the ramen bar and put a camera in the corner and download stuff from it. Conversely, it looks like that just seems to be like a default level programming that's obviously somewhere buried in Pow Pow, because you can see it does seem to sort of just trigger that. But at the same time, it seems there's an additional ability that you can basically insert a storage device with data on it that will apply and upload it. You have a horrible feeling that means you can sort of basically at the same time put people in the device and download them onto storage. What that would do to the body if you didn't put anything else in, you're not entirely sure. But the horrifying implication is you could, theoretically speaking, download Merlin onto a hard disk, put Beulah in it, and upload Merlin into Beulah's body.
Okay.
Whether or not he would have all of Merlin's memories and knowledge, but he wouldn't necessarily be able to cast any magic. And obviously, Beulah's body being chromed would seriously interfere with that. So you get this because magical connection is not physical, if that makes sense. It's not the body that decides that as such, if that makes sense. No one
It's
really
your soul, man. It's your soul.
No one really knows why Merlin and Pow Pow can communicate with spirits, and why Merlin can cast spells and basically Beulah couldn't, other than the fact that Beulah maybe got himself so chromed up he magic. He's anti-magic in its own way. But in theory, if you basically put Donahue in Beulah's body, then that would be fine, because obviously, but you'd lose any abilities that require specific cyberware. But it does basically let you basically impersonate anybody if you've already downloaded them first.
Okay.
That might come in handy.
I'll work on what we got from the computers.
Yeah. That obviously you got. Aki does have some storage over there at the right hand side of the mainframe, which would help you do that. But as I say, that will probably be that will surprisingly take about a week of real time, not game time, to get data to, because I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to let that lead you. But in the meantime, if there's anything else you want to do, or
what's the next lead?
It depends which way you're headed.
I'm happy to help Donahue. I just need to buy a new deck, and as I look into the module, none of it's loaded right now. So apparently, for some reason, so I'll just have to.
Is it just a case you just need to reload it?
I don't know. I might. Let me try it.
Well, Pow Pow has 2 resource points, I believe, in the common pool, so there's resource points to get new decks.
No, Pow Pow, your money was spent last week, I seem to recall, on bribes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we haven't changed that. We haven't yeah, he did.
No, but that's the point I'm trying to make is if you're planning to do a run somewhere, because obviously I think there was a case. I do believe you had a couple of other leads you were going to follow up before you remembered before I remind you about Pow.
I'm sorry, my memory's just not what it used to be. I'm having an existential crisis here.
Mention why. So if you do want to, I say I do believe that depends where you want to head next. But if you want to go on, you can obviously decide if you want to go on a run somewhere else, as it were, or maybe you might want to pick up a job. Obviously, but you're not earning while you're doing all this personal investigation stuff. But it's really up to you guys where you want to head, and if you want to burn the equipment you've got and restock and re-equip, which of course you can do.
We still have the farm to check out too.
Yeah, they're going to know that you know about the farm. The hunter has become the hunted. It's funny. The only good thing about all of this has all happened pretty quickly. So I'd imagine that they don't actually know that I've been compromised.
They do.
They do? Alright, okay. Alright, okay, it's right bad. Is that bad, right?
Yeah. Bola triggered a thing in a honey trap and downloaded the virus on a bunch of pointless data. That was fed back to Hexon. Plus whatever that mechanical beast creature was doing. That probably also got sent out before they cut the internet.
Right.
We should assume that, not to mention, apparently Mr. Big and Hexon are tied together somehow, along with Angelo, so we should probably expect that
maybe Mr. Big is that thing.
Sorry, what was that?
Maybe Mr. Big is the beholder, not beholder. The not beholder.
It's just showing a module called module with just that is interesting.
Yes,
So
that's a little bit.
I've just loaded up my virtual machine to see what's going on. Oh, but there is a separate Sprawlrunners module as well.
Yeah, I've got the Sprawlrunners one installed.
When you load the Sprawlrunners one, it comes up as module.
Module, it does, doesn't it? Isn't that strange?
But on mine, it comes up as Sprawlrunners. Earlier on, it came up as module. Now it's coming up as Sprawlrunners.
So if I unload Sprawlrunners, I end up with two empty modules with a utilities tag, and that's it. And then if I go into,
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, every time you upload and unload Sprawlrunners, you end up with another utility. Oh no, yeah. Now I haven't got it back. Oh, because every time I unload Sprawlrunners, I'm creating a new module called module that's got nothing in it.
So Beulah swapped
out
his deck, so we're good.
This is even worse. They've brainwashed a character and hacked the table. What have you got yourselves into? What have you done?
I will definitely have to
Hey,
have
dude.
a look at that and see if I can work out what's going on and have a bit of a.
What time are you working tomorrow?
Kicked over an ant's nest somewhere.
You've had a hot bath today, dude.
That's rather worrying.
If you close the library and open it back up, it clears out all the extra.
It does, yeah.
It's still loaded as module.
It's still loaded as module, isn't it? That is really weird.
Maybe you got to quit like I did because my client crashed. I come back and it's all perfect. You just got to crash. Just got to make sure your Fantasy Grounds crashes, and that fixes everything.
I've just disconnected. I'm reconnecting, reacquiring the file lift. You crash a lot. What are you running?
The computer, it doesn't crash a lot. It just freezes when it's got a graphics image open for a while. But they can't find the bug. That's why Moon Wizard said it's probably caused by an extension. But
Oh, which is why you were asking what extensions I was using.
yeah. But I didn't think you had any extensions. Maybe only the test one. I can't see that causing a graphical loop. Who knows?
He's got a bunch of extensions loaded.
Yeah, but they're all like keel extensions. That means they don't fuck anything up.
I've got the arcane devices loaded. I've got the fast test loaded. I've got the universal module extension. I'm not sure why that one's loaded. I can't remember what I was opening up to look at that one. There's no
D&D modules.
Yeah, but why for Sprawlrunners? I don't know why that's there. Then I've got obviously the Sprawlrunners extension loaded, the adventure deck loaded, the extra adventure deck cards, the enhanced libraries open. I don't know why that's open as well. So that shouldn't be open when I'm running a game. So maybe that's the problem. Okay, so when I come back in, yeah. So I think actually the module bug does go away if you close and reconnect. So maybe that's just an interesting quirk of today. So that's okay.
For the people who've got the module, probably, because I bought it. Has everyone bought it?
Well, see, here's the thing.
No, I haven't purchased it.
No, I have I haven't. My Linux virtual machine hasn't bought it. So
Here, let's talk about how it's worked even more. I bought Sprawlrunners and it downloaded. I had it on my table the other day. And I was just went into my modules to see if I had downloaded the temporary one, and they were, I'm not showing either one of them. Not under modules, not under extensions, not in the cache. I'm not showing this campaign. I'm not showing anything in my file folders.
I do believe I possibly have caused some of the interesting situations by accidentally unloading all the modules once all of you connected. I'm sure Fantasy Grounds won't be happy that I suddenly said none of you can have access to the modules that you loaded into memory, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that when you
I'm just gonna run an update once we're done here, so that should fix it. But
yeah, I'd like to know why I'm getting Benny errors on certain games and not others. But anyway, it seems that
the chat's all cleared.
It seems that logically speaking, that so I think what I'm going to do in future is I've just noticed all the dice are defaulted to being on their maximum numbers. Is that new?
No, that's the way it always is. Yeah. So for the people who don't know what a 6-sided dice looks like or a 10-sided dice, they can see the number.
I've never noticed that because I know for a fact a mate of mine, he used to spend the first 10, 15, sometimes 30 minutes in Classic dropping the dice until he got every single one of them on the maximum number. In the end, it was like an OCD for him. In the end, he ended up with white dice with white numbers, so he couldn't see the numbers, so he didn't have to worry about it.
All right. Well, they fixed that in Classic as well. It's been like that for ages. I don't know when he was doing that, but it's always shown the top dice.
Well, a long while back. But then obviously he just set the numbers, and I never look at the dice. Anyway. So I think. So what's your plan of attack? We don't necessarily have to start it today, although some of you have lots of beddies, some of you are very low on beddies. Also, give me a chance to.
Everybody's got loads of pennies at the minute.
Yeah, we've all got 15 pennies each. Well, what should we do? Do we want to go to the farm?
Yeah, let's go to the farm.
Everybody's got 2 pennies, at least.
Righty ho, you want to head out to the farm? That was Mangrove Farm, I believe. Okay. So, as I say, Mangrove Farm is quite interesting. Online, it shows it as, basically when you look up Mangrove Farm online, it shows it as it's all very impressive, and all the blurb, and it very much talks about ecology and environment and green, and obviously it shows it shows a lovely lovely sort of very picturesque farming environment and all that sort of stuff, which is a bit interesting really, because the address is slap bang in the middle of the Barrens. Which is nothing like anywhere near sort of picturesque farmland or anything like that. In fact, when you rock up to the address that you've tracked it down to, it appears to be a sprawling underground complex.
So not a farm per se.
Or an underground farm. Could be a mushroom farm.
As I say, you basically, when you get to the address, you basically find yourself sort of looking at, well, really a bunker entrance.
Can we get in? Has it got guards?
There is a sort of door entry system, as in you can walk up and press a buzzer.
Look to see if there's any access points or anything like that.
Make a research roll. You do not find any externally accessible access points related to Mangrove Farm. What do you want to
Look
do?
around for a hard line.
You'll probably have to be inside to do that, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I didn't know.
I'll try to summon a spirit ally and see if it can scout.
Can it walk through walls?
No. I don't know, can it? No. I don't know. It's a fickle thing. It's a cat. It does what it wants.
I haven't got. Basically, looks like I somehow managed to screw up the line of sight on this one. So, well, as soon as I share it, you'll have access to the whole complex. But I've got. That's not a problem. So, do you want to go through the front door? Is really all you've got to decide?
Probably should look around to see if there's a secret door or something, or hidden doors, or some other way of getting.
You're as I say, from where you are, in front of you, all there is literally just basically a bit like. Do you remember that bunker you entered in the middle of that forest? It's literally just it appears to be just a door, a square door, and behind it seems to be an unrelated tower block that actually has entrances on the other side. So from what you gather, this whole complex is built under the other building, as it were, or rather, the other building was probably built on top of this one at some point. If there is any other accesses, you won't necessarily easily be able to find them. It's not a case of you can walk around it and case the joint, I'm afraid.
Yeah, sounds like front door's where we're going. Merlin will walk up the front door and push. You said there was a buzzer or something like that?
Indeed, yes. There's like a buzzer with a camera system attached that, so when you press the buzzer, a camera comes on so someone can see you.
Merlin will press the buzzer.
You press the buzzer and it goes, basically, an automated voice goes, "Welcome to Mangrove Farm. We are connecting you with the online administrator. The online administrator today is Harold Devon. He will be with you shortly." Eventually, a voice goes, "Hello, can I help you at all?"
Yeah, I was wondering if I could get a tour of the place.
Absolutely. We're always happy to show people the wonders of Mangrove Farm. How many are there in your party?
Are we all here? So there are 7 of us.
Wonderful. I shall just open the door now, and all you need to do is basically walk down the tunnel, and we'll basically, I'll meet you in the entrance area. And at that point, the door slides back, and you see all you see beyond it is absolute darkness. And then you sort of, with that whole sort of flickering, plinking noise as a corridor lights go on, and they literally go on down the corridor closest to you. So as you know, as the darkness is descending away, and it's a long tunnel, probably about 30 meters, sloping downwards. And from as you can see, as the lights, it ends at the other end in another door, which basically opens up, and you can see already standing at the other end is an individual. He seems to be holding some sort of tablet computing device, and he seems to be smiling happily.
I will head down the tunnel. I presume everybody's going to follow me. I hope everybody's going to follow me.
Well, we're gonna have to go down the tunnel. I'm going to go after it. I have to find out what the truth is. What's
3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Donahue. There's Beulah. There's Pow Pow. There's Merlin. I'm missing Queeg. Where's Queeg? How could you miss Queeg? He's huge.
Yeah, right in the middle of the room too.
Indeed. So you find yourself, as I say, I managed to. I think I got halfway through the line, decided it went horribly wrong, and deleted it, and I forgot that I had to redo it. So, as you come down, basically, you basically sort of get adverts as you're coming down about Mangrove Farm, and what I'm going to say is one of them actually downloads, or basically, obviously for those that actually have cyber implants, downloads a helpful, friendly 3-dimensional "You Are Here" guide map to the whole complex, which is why you can see the whole complex for you. And obviously those who don't have it, you still, I'm sure, have some sort of portable computing device that it automatically downloads a map to, so you can know where you are at all times, because it's nice like that. You enter in through, and you enter in through the other end of the tunnel into a brightly lit area, and as you come inside, as I say, Harold Devon's waiting there with to welcome you, and the only other people in this area appear to be 2 standard security guards. Looks like all these companies employ the same guards. They all look the same. And he's smiling. He's smiling at you as you all come in. He says, "Welcome, welcome."
Wow.
Well, looks interesting. Let's have a tour.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Mangrove Farm. How do you have any particular interests? We have a complete array and selection of tours I can provide. Or if you have any interest. He reels off. It seems to be basically about, there seems to be different tours about understanding their artificial sunlight system, the different biodomes they come into, their meat processing factory processes, their medical research. There's all sorts of interesting things going on down here.
Medical research?
Yes, some plants have medical capabilities.
I'm going to check that connection that it downloaded its map from.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to try and see if I can reverse it and how hard it is, how difficult it is.
By all means, give it a go if you want. It seems relatively straightforward. It's interesting actually. You don't have any problem to get in, but it would appear that all these, what you got there is a very similar idea to the advertising systems they use. Out on the streets sometimes now, where they basically inject adverts straight into you, and they're basically sort of hard. They're sort of pre-programmed read-only device systems, as it were. They're just running off basically a ROM chip, as it were. So its whole purpose is to basically scan for available local IP devices and just inject, inject with viral scans to prove that it's not malicious or anything like that, and obviously all that to inject the mapping data that obviously it is literally just a pure XML type file, so it's just pure data. The actual mapping app, it would have to be, you'd have to have something already running on your system to make use of the data, and it just accesses it as a file and just adds it in. But unfortunately, that is pretty much their entire function. There isn't any backdoors as such to do it. It's the same as when the advertisements systems that a lot of them were banned lately because people, that sometimes they were accidentally interfering with drivers when they were basically trying to drive. And basically, all the drivers could see was the latest in hair product placement, and basically they couldn't see the roads. And some people selfishly do not feel the need to let their cars drive themselves and insist on manual overriding. It caused quite a few accidents and scandals, but obviously Hexon sorted it out quite quickly and basically updated the code that it would detect if someone was moving over a certain speed in it and possibly driving a vehicle, and therefore wouldn't access it. But yeah.
Okay.
But it does appear to be using the Hexon advert system 1.10. But yeah, because do you have any particular interests? As I say, usually when we have people coming down for tours, they usually are interested in specifics. So say we have a number of production contracts, and therefore, which obviously I can't mention names, but obviously if you are coming after a specific one, then I can help you in any way within the limits of any non-disclosure agreements that we here at Mangrove Farms have signed.
I'd like to see the medical side.
Well, indeed, and obviously you'll have the required authorizations from the company, and you're involved.
Well, you said you're giving tours. I don't want, give us a
I
tour of what
suggest
we are allowed to see.
Well, what you're about to see is I can show you the hydroponic system we use to grow the plants and the livestock, and that's the standard public tours. If you have the correct access codes and information for specifics, then obviously there are additional tours.
Well, we've got no access codes, but if you just give us the tour, then please.
Is he speaking for all of you, or does anyone want to mention any company names or any other information?
Do we want to mention the company? This is me not talking out loud. I'm just talking to players. Do we want to talk about the hot dog company? Or do we want to just have a tour?
I was just thinking as we might want to go ahead and throw that name out there just to see what kind of reaction we get.
I don't know. The first hacker that we had wasn't he an enemy of XCon, and next thing you know, he disappeared.
Do you want to mention? What I'm saying is, do you want to mention Hot Dogs Incorporated?
Yeah, I don't want to mention it, but if someone wants to, then yeah, okay. But I would just, if we get the tour, we can start looking around and then drop it once we've got his guard down, innit?
Well, we know that this place supplies restaurants. If you want a cover story, Mr. Nakasuni's looking for a new supplier.
You know, this place is the exclusive supplier of hot dogs to Hot Dogs Incorporated. You don't necessarily know if they supply other restaurants, and you don't necessarily know the other companies that do so. So yes, if you want to use the Mr. Nakasumi, and supplier idea, then obviously you would get the standard tour. If you want to mention Hot Dogs Incorporated, you may well just get the standard tour, but you may well get additional information because, of course, the point I'm trying to make is the guy obviously has a number of tours he has to give to corporate clients, but obviously he's not the company's not in the business of advertising who their corporate clients are. But if you know who the corporate client is, then obviously you're more likely to get the authorized tour for people that know that, is what I'm trying to say. So if you know the company that's doing the medical research and you have the requisite paperwork, he can of course give you the paperwork. Yeah, he can give you the medical tour. But to stop anyone just coming in and going, oh, I want to see the medical tour, obviously you've got, I mean, is all I'm trying to say. So,
well, okay, so yeah, Martin will go ahead and mention the hot dog place. Well, we've been hearing some good things about the product that you provide to. I forgot the name again already.
Hot Dogs Incorporated.
Hot Dogs Incorporated, and we are friends.
Sorry. I did not realize. I did not realize that we were due a. I didn't realize we were due another inspection so soon. Excuse me, sir. I do apologise. If I thought you were normal drop-ins. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Terribly sorry. And you see him basically open up his iPad, open up his tablet device. And he sort of basically he seems to be scrolling through stuff. He types in some access code, and what you do hear is you do hear in the distance certain doors closing and certain doors opening, and he goes, right, if you'd like to step this way, and interesting, and oh, that's okay, and basically he heads over here, and the first set of doors open, and as you head into Mangrove Farm, and that strikes me as a very good place to leave it. Nothing to worry about, I'm sure. But hope you enjoyed that, guys. I certainly enjoyed the curveball you threw me when I accidentally made a mistake reminding you about Pow Pow. But to be honest, everything so far, all the most interesting stuff definitely come out of the fact that you've completely gone in the opposite direction I was expecting, and therefore I've created my own rabbit holes for you to go down. So I'm enjoying it as always. I hope you are too, guys. And
good stuff. Thanks.
That's okay. I'll get this. I shall work out what that data you found is for next time. Obviously, it'll be crunching away in the background, and you could investigate further Mangrove Farm.
Yeah, it's just been a tone shift. So instead of you sneakily investigating the companies, they are now investigating you.
Who knows? But we shall leave it there, and we shall see you next week at the same time on the same channel. Thanks very much, guys. And if you're playing on Tuesday, I'll see you Tuesday. Otherwise, I'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you, everyone.
Have fun, everybody.
Thanks so much.
Have a good day, all. We're having a pretty. I'm going to get out and enjoy some weather.
Yeah, make most of it. Enjoy the rest of your days. Lots of scary facts in the chat, but anyway. Oh, seriously, you guys keep throwing me curveballs. It's brilliant.
Well, at least you know you're good at hitting them, right?
If you're having fun, yeah. Who would have thought? Well, I had this crazy idea. All right, well, we'll do this. I've got this idea. I'm sure I can work something out. And when I didn't have I suddenly thought, actually, I had no idea what to do. Oh, these look like fun tokens. Let's just make them attack you, because it was silly, and how it's led to a whole sub campaign, a major campaign plot. They're just dealing with the guys dressed as hot dogs. So I couldn't be happier, to be honest. Ugh. Good stuff. Oh.
Everyone's gone. Where have they all gone?
We finished.
Oh, I was AFK 1 minute, and then you come back and you've all vanished.
That's okay. The doors have opened, and you're in proper Willy Wonka style. You're heading into the Mangrove Farm. So I figured it was a good place to leave it.
Okay, excellent. All right then. Yeah, because we was getting. I think everyone was a bit tired. Didn't it seem like to you? Everyone was a bit tired today.
Well, it was just obviously I just wanted to know where you were headed next so I could plan stuff. I didn't matter. I thought time wise I could stop it before you go in there. So yeah, it's not a problem.
Excellent.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So no worries.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that module. It's weird, isn't it? It says module.
I don't know why it says that. It's obviously something funky's going on. Probably I broke something.
Probably wasn't you. It's probably the one-armed man. Usually the one-armed man.
Probably.
Thanks for
I'm
watching,
trying to see
everybody.
what on a separate.